Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Uneducated MMA. I'm your host with the most wanderbred, and joining me, of course, is the BFF champion of the world, Ari G. Long 6 weeks. Now, we'll get into where Justin is in just a moment, because I'm going to be honest with you, I decided to leave this one up to the guests. Joining us, fan favorites, we got GTP Banks in the building.
Let's go.
Yes, co-host, you decided to take the chair. How do you feel?
Yeah, you know, it's a big opportunity. I'm glad that I can step in, you know, take place of the crime fighter. But he's a little bit busy today. You know, he had to fly out to Gotham City and take care of some business, but we're gonna hold it down today, and we're gonna get to the new order.
You know, the last time he told me he was flying out to Gotham, I was like, all right, word, bro, what time is your flight? He goes, actually, it's right now. And I was like, what do you mean it's right now? And it was just, he shot a grappling hook in the air.
And he took off, right?
Took off. I
Did
was
the
like, yo,
same thing to me, bro. That's what,
it's so rude, mid-conversation every time, bro. I can't
But you gotta
stand it.
respect it. You gotta respect it, though. So
That's hilarious.
And of
But we
course, we got GTP Banks, but we also got, and don't forget, I remember the nicknames. Come on, we got to bring back the nicknames. The Wolf. Victor.
We here.
Welcome back, guys.
Active.
As I do with all the guests. How y'all doing? How are things?
You know,
chilling.
living the
man.
life.
Living life.
Coolin'.
Living lavish.
I'm not gonna sit here. I didn't bring it up beforehand because I wanted to bring it up on the show. Don't act like you weren't just on straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Killing it. I've been seeing the clip going viral everywhere.
We got all types of, you know, we got
lot of
all
motion
types
going
of
on. I
different
respect
ways.
it.
Bro,
We do it all.
I fucks with the rap music.
Appreciate you.
man.
Yeah, you know, tune in all platforms. You know, GTP Banks everywhere.
The moment I saw this, I saw the clip go, I was like, "This is such perfect timing. This is good. Let's give him the platform.
We get
Let's
it
get
all
going."
flowing. Everything goes. Everybody eats. Everybody goes up.
We love seeing it. Everybody, tune in, tap
Yes,
in.
sir.
We'll put the
Love.
links out when we put out the
Love,
episode
love,
and
love.
everything. So it'll be in the comments. Guys, it's been a long 6 weeks with no fights. Our last episode was the year-end wrap-up, giving out the awards. Great award show. If you haven't seen it, tune in. But we are back, man. We're back. It's a good feeling. This week,
Man.
I felt like, it's cold out here. You know what I'm saying? New England right now, we're freezing. But, like, I felt like there was this, like, sunshine that came over me once I started seeing the embedded
man.
series drop.
It's getting closer, little by little.
Bro, the
Literally,
moment
life's
I saw
getting
the
back to normal.
Yeah, I know, right? And nature is healing itself, as they say. It was just such a good feeling, bro. I started seeing people post again. It was like such a wasteland over the last 6 weeks. Social media was dry.
Yeah, we didn't know
It
what
gets
to
Bro.
real cold, man.
Bro,
Literally
nothing
nothing to do.
Nothing.
Sitting home, YouTube.
But you guys brought it up off camera. Like, shout out to the UFC for still putting out, like, highlight clips and, like, best knockouts and, like, here, remember this fight.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
I feel like that at least gets you going throughout it. You were tuning into Karate Combat,
Karate
trying to find
Combat.
something,
yeah.
bro.
How was it?
Yo, it's fire, bro.
Yeah.
I see videos. I think it looks fire. I just haven't. Where do you watch it?
What is it on YouTube?
It was
Is
on
it on
YouTube, and then every now and then I think they have like a bigger event on like Amazon, but mainly you can watch it on YouTube.
Fire.
I think it's something that we should start tuning in a little bit
It's
more. I
like
feel like we need
little-
something
Yeah,
different.
It's
Rings,
mad
the-
cool, bro. It
yeah.
reminds me of Sky Zone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that karate comeback.
Yeah, where it's like the
okay.
elevated
Where
corners and whatnot.
what's his name? He was in the UFC,
Luke
but he's been
Rockhold
doing
fought in it.
There was like 30 of the fighters from the UFC have been over
nah,
there. So
but
you
a
say
lot
that,
of
and I'm
people-
like, name them, bro.
the Colombian
Not
blonde
Cu-
dude.
was
Oh,
it Colombian
yeah.
or
Cuban.
Cuban guy?
Cuban.
No, the Cuban dude, the 6'7" Cuban
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
That
yeah.
guy was
He's doing
Robles
great
to
in there.
Spain. Yeah. He was in there. There's been quite a few UFC fighters that transitioned over to Karate Combat. I feel like you got to explore the different avenues. The same way I always shout out street beefs. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like every now and then you got to tune into something else, because when you get these moments where it's either like a bye week in fights or there's just no fights for 6 weeks at the end of the year every single year,
you
you need
tune
something to
into.
fill the void.
Yeah,
you know?
it's real cold out here this time of year. We need to warm back up, and we're
Facts.
getting close, man. A few
And
more
then
days.
I don't know about you guys, but me being a degenerate, I only watch this sport. Like I try my best to tune into other stuff.
I'm right there with you, bro.
I saw my first Pats game like the other day.
Yo, same. I watched the game over the weekend. That was the first football game I've watched all year.
I don't know about you, but I just so happened to, and I guess this is a free plug, I just so happened to be at Sidelines while it was on.
There you go.
If it wasn't for that,
You probably
I
still
would
wouldn't
not
have
have
watched
watched
it.
it.
Oh, shout out Sidelines.
Shout out Sidelines. This is a free plug,
sir.
free promo.
Yes, sir.
we brought you guys on because we knew that this was going to be a great episode. Obviously, first episode of the new year, which is a big one already. But first, it's going to be weird to start saying this. PLE of the year? There we go. We gotta get that going. PLE.
So.
Yeah, it's the first PLE of the year. UFC 324.
It's here. Yes, sir. Bow, bow.
Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett for the interim lightweight championship. This is a weird one. I feel like overall, I'm excited for the full card, but it's just a weird setup, man. There's a lot of weird energy over this one. I feel like I have a spotlight on it because I have a lot of expectations just mainly for the Paramount deal side of things. I want to see the production value. I kind of want to see some of the new stuff they might bring into it. But in terms of like the fights, I feel like we got a good lineup.
Yeah.
Overall,
for sure.
It's decent.
Overall.
Great card, main card, prelims, not so bad.
I would say, as always, don't sleep on the prelims. I'm not going to lie to you. I look at the early prelims and the prelims. Most of the names I did not notice. We'll talk about it off top. I know usually we go in order with the main card, but I kind of want to throw the prelims up there. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo on the prelims. What are we doing?
Yeah, what are
That's
we doing?
crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, start the new year, right?
Start the new year off with a bang, I guess. You know, it's always crazy to me when they have like I guess it always speaks to how big a pay-per-view can be. When you have either on the prelims or like I guess the main spot on the prelims is I guess equivalent of like a fight night main event or even its own pay-per-view main event worthy fight, that speaks volumes.
Yep.
Because then you know that they at least stack the rest of it or expected to stack the rest of it.
And that's what like losing a fight.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised it's still prelim.
Yeah.
Nah,
I think honestly they just knew that with like the timing of everything, we're like honestly we'd rather end the night early than try to shift things around a whole lot. And then maybe it gives some people a little bit more time to warm up and get ready for the next fight. Who knows? But
I'm mad about it still, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. So let's get into it. How would you guys like to start? Do we want to start with Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, or do we want to start with Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva?
Bottom up. Let's do bottom up.
Bottom up. Well, let's do it. So on the notes that I put on here, I just put war.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I just put war. I have no other notes but war. Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva is just going to be a banger, bro. That's going to be just a straight up striking. I feel like you'll see a little bit of a mix up in there. Maybe Gene Silva's going to go submission heavy, but I feel like Arnold Allen's takedown defense is pretty solid, so I feel like it's going to be on the feet for the majority of this fight. Both of them they're just in the game. They're willing to go down and just go after it. Honestly, as much as I was like, fighting nerds, Gene Silva, let's get after it. I'm a big Arnold Allen fan.
Really?
I feel like he is like always had like a Max Holloway vibe. Shout out to him fighting Max Holloway, by the way.
For sure.
He's always had like that, like whoever it is, whenever it is, I don't care. Put me in there. I just want the opportunity. I saw him when he first started coming into the UFC, and I had high hopes for him. He had a little bit of a lull with his career. I feel like he got a couple losses against some big names. It's one of those like you go up against like I don't want to say gatekeeper, but I guess that kind of level of talent. And that's your moment. Do you pass that test or not? He went up against it, like I think twice, and both times he failed. So now we're in this kind of weird spot. But now he's got another opportunity against Gene Silva. How do we feel?
I mean, I'm pro Gene, but it is a war. War
It's
of a
hard
fight.
not to be, man. It's very difficult not to be. You've seen his fights before. The man goes in there and just dominates. Like it's crazy.
It's definitely a crucial fight for him.
Yeah.
This is a game changer. Like he just came off of Gene Silva. He just came off that loss to Diego Lopez.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs one to get the momentum back.
And shift.
Yeah.
It's gonna. I think this is my take. I say it's either gonna be 3 rounds of straight violence, 1, 2, 3, or I kind of think Gene might go in there first round KO, coming back to like you said, showing people that he still got it.
I hope so.
Because up until that last fight with Diego, we can't forget, man, he was on a tear.
He was,
really
man.
was.
And it was a
violent tear.
scary
A
tear.
violent
Where
tear.
nobody really wanted to see him.
Yeah.
Diego saw him because Diego Lopez is who he is, but
Diego Lopez knows no fear.
nothing.
Zero. It's cold behind
Zero.
those eyes.
Absolutely zero.
People clown him for the haircut, but it's cold behind those eyes, man. Ice
It
cold.
makes him.
It does. I'm excited to see this one mainly for Gene Silva in the sense of like I want to see what his comeback is here. Now I feel like I haven't really seen a whole lot of like social media hype from him, which usually in his other fights is a lot.
Not
of
as
talking.
much currently as before.
Right now I think he might have been humbled a little bit from the Diego
humbled
Lopez
heavily.
loss. So I'm intrigued to see how he kind of calculated maybe.
He wants to come out and make a statement. You know?
Which in his statements are very violent ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most
Like,
definitely.
there's some guys where you know they're coming here, it's going to be like, all right, maybe they're going to dominate in a way where they're just going to control this person for the entire time just to show I'm top dog. He's like, no. Round 1, you died.
Yeah.
Like,
That's,
you're getting
and
out,
that's the
carried
way
out
he
in a
goes
stretcher.
into the fight.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting. 10 first-round finishes. Could be 11.
It could be 11, bro. I don't know, man. Arnold Allen, though.
He's a dog.
tough,
I think
bro.
he proved
He's
a lot
tough.
in the fight with Max. Even though he lost against Max, he proved a lot in that
Yeah.
fight. He showed he has a dog in him.
He does.
Max is, as everybody knows, he's the BMF for a reason.
No,
so
for sure.
it's he's in for a treat. We'll see if Arnold Allen can stack up. And
This is a weird one, though, because I feel like neither one of them really gain a whole lot from this.
not
Yeah.
really.
Like,
I
they
mean,
get
Gene,
good.
I would say Gene does.
It's a good thing.
Gene does, yeah.
Either way, it's a good win. I feel like it's a solid win. It's a good start.
Arnold needs to come out and really showcase his talents for this one for his name to ring bells, because, I mean, I don't want to say he's a good fighter, I'm a fan, but, he's one of those slept on, and it's for a reason, you know
He's
what I
kind
mean?
of quiet.
Like I said,
Yeah.
if he gets to those big moments and then he just, I don't want to say he chokes, but he kind of gets to those moments and he just can't perform.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's that he's off that night or whatever
It's
it
the
might
lights.
be, but it could be the lights too. But he just gets to a point where like he just doesn't do what I've seen him do in other fights, or maybe he's on like a fight night card. He's a second or third into the main card. He's not actually co-main or main event, so there's not like a whole lot of hype on him. You see him just absolutely murder dudes, and then he gets into that co-main or main event spot. God help him, he's on a pay-per-view. You don't see like the leading up into it, though.
I honestly feel like he's a gatekeeper.
I can
You
see
know
that.
what I mean? Like
He's kind of fell into that
top five.
spot.
he has that talent, but to be champ or to be top 5,
He's gonna be there.
I don't know how
questionable.
exactly how old he is, but I feel like he's young
He's
enough where
young
he can
enough.
Say
he
young
can
30s.
still get out of this rut.
yeah, but still,
He
It's
could.
a-
He's
the-
number 6.
that division is pretty.
It's a path.
If
you know?
if he comes out here and puts on a phenomenal performance against Gene Silva, UFC might look at, and if he
Very true.
talks a good game after it, if he gets the opportunity, I think he could probably set himself up well and look into 2020. We could see Arnold Allen going towards the title within the year. With the way the last 2 years have went of champs bouncing this way, that way, this way, that way, who knows what's possible,
You have Gene Silva and Arnold, 6 and 10. If winner, obviously not a championship fight right away. You have Yair at 3, Murphy at 4, Sterling at 5. It's like,
Yeah, right.
like,
My only concern is with the way that the matchmaking has been going, like so far.
Yeah.
Like we got Volk versus Diego Lopez again, and everyone's like, "Why?" Well, we'll take it. Like, don't. Hey,
Yeah, for
we
sure.
know it's
I
going to be
won't
a good
complain,
fight, but we know that wasn't the fight that we should have made. So like, my only concern is that like with Arnold Allen, like you said, he's kind of meh in the terms of the eyes of even the casuals. Like, I feel like if you know, you know. And if
Yeah.
you don't, you really don't. Like, it's far from it. I feel like you'll see his name on a poster, and you might have to start looking him up because you have no idea who he is. So, like, with that situation, are you going to fall into the same problem that Lerone Murphy's having, where you're absolutely starching people, getting awards such as the coveted Uneducated MMA Knockout of the Year award? But you're just falling under the radar, and now you're not getting the opportunities and the title shots and the money that you deserve. So like that's a weird situation for me to like kind of like see him, even if it's a dominant win. It's like, all right, great, you just knocked out a guy that just recently got knocked out by a guy who's most likely going to get knocked out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how good does that really make you look when you're doing the MMA math that it just doesn't follow? So I think it's a good start for both of them, but I think it's one of those things where this is the beginning and you're going to have to make 2 or 3 more statements for you to get back into the title contention picture.
It might be a make or break for both of them.
It might be. It might be.
Right.
I will say, like, because of the ranking aspect of it, it's not going to be that far of a fall.
That drastic. It won't be that
Yeah.
drastic, but this is where the decline.
But it's the
begins.
difference between you getting matched up versus you getting matched down. Like, first of all, you're fighting number 4, now you're fighting number 14. You're like, whoa, this is a big difference here. So
Big gap.
I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I think it's either way, it's going to be a very exciting fight, and I'm intrigued to see the I guess the winning and the spoils that come with it. Like, I want to see the road that comes along afterwards.
Exactly.
Like, it's not really like more so like what they say or do right after the fight. I want to see kind of like, all right, what's the matchup they make after this? Who do they call out?
Like
maybe?
the old Israel Adesanya, the way Izzy, every way that he built himself up from the Gastelum fight, going on with who do you fight? Derek Brunson. Just saying he's gonna knock all these people out and beat these people and doing it.
Yep.
Then you get yourself to this like an interim title, like someone like Paddy Pimblett.
It's all about how you play the game, bro.
That's the way it goes, man.
There's one thing I've noticed watching this. It is 110%. Like, you have to market yourself correctly, or else you are just gonna go just unwatched.
Nowhere.
It also like, go nowhere. I mean, granted, that being said, like, and again, this is another thing we were talking about off camera. Like, you can't really turn it around. In these last 6 weeks, there's been nothing going on except Armin Sarukian on his adventures. And I would say that he has recently become a fan favorite. And at least what I'm seeing on my social media feed, people are pretty, like, I guess, happy to see him pop up.
His aura is growing.
It is.
He's doing numbers.
He is doing numbers, bro. Because I'm seeing him on like 30 different. That's your boy, bro.
That's my boy.
I've seen him on 30 different podcasts, and now he's finally getting respect. So maybe he'll get that title shot.
Yeah, it's possible.
Probably
not.
not.
I feel like Dana hates
Dana
him.
White.
Dana definitely hates him.
It's like he'll
definitely
never like
him.
let it go either. Like,
He's up there with Dana's hate with what's his name, Francis.
Francis, yeah,
For sure.
Bro, that was
for sure.
That's been an interesting thing to see with Dana and Francis. How much that like we're I guess getting uncovered, right? Like they really don't like each other.
I guess that's the
business
sides, you know.
He like punked him or something. He like pressed him.
According to
he
Dana,
tried pressing him pretty much, you know. Which it's like, hey, if you're gonna press the boss,
get the fuck out of here.
You're doing a bad justice to yourself, you know. That's not good, especially with someone like Dana White. Dana White don't play.
He doesn't play.
You know?
You really like. It's crazy how much power he holds. As much as you want to believe that there's like a committee of people that are planning fights and kind of giving people these opportunities, if he does not like you, you
He's
ain't
the
going
president.
nowhere.
I'm surprised none of these niggas like fucked him up yet. Like,
what are you gonna do? That's your boss, bro.
I know,
think
but people
about
be
it.
crashing out, bro. People be crashing. These niggas are cooked.
Somebody like Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
You know,
where's my money, nigga?
I would say, I feel like early UFC, he definitely was like 3 security guards minimum around me at all times.
He's
Just in
always like
case.
fearless out there. Like
Now,
early Ultimate Fighters too. Like you think like, you talk to these people crazy.
A lot can change.
Bro, you know what it is? The cameras don't show the security.
No, exactly.
Think of any reality TV show you've ever seen. You never see the production crew. You don't know who's back there.
Very true.
I'm telling you, there's guns pointed to the head. They got tranquilizer darts aimed at the back of Peloton's head just in case, bro. You can't trust them, bro. Like you said, they're cooked. You have no idea what's gonna happen, bro. It could be anybody in that room.
Like
you're just like, I'm sad.
Like Harambe in the cage, like nah.
They got
shoot that motherfucker down.
You know how like at the end of a fight they'll run and they'll jump on top of the octagon. In my brain right now, it's just thinking that they got like snipers on the rooftop. Just in case they get crazy, trank them.
So he gets out the cage, you know. Let him.
They get locked up and sent back somewhere. All right, that's crazy. Bro.
That's wild.
That's crazy. But honestly, I can see it because like genuinely though, like you said, like he goes up there fearless. But I have to admire that is like a level of confidence you have to have,
right, man?
Because like I said, it doesn't matter who it is; they can all kill you. Like it doesn't matter the weight class or the gender; they can all kill you, bro.
Right?
Like so. The moment you see cauliflower ear for the average person, you should turn the other way.
Go Madison Square Garden all the like.
Low key, Dana White's probably like a black belt and everything.
He is in all the UFC games.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. He knows something. He knows something.
So
I feel like he knows that like boxing, and he's had to take
He has
like
to.
a jiu-jitsu class or two. You know what I'm saying? He got shredded recently, so I feel like he's got to be
too much time on his hands.
If Mark Zuckerberg is out here doing jiu-jitsu, I feel like Dana White can at least give it a try.
You know,
That's the
for sure.
Me. All right, moving up on the list, we got Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. This is an interesting one for me off the rip because I've just the change up in terms of like Alexa Grasso being in there, and then they swap out Natalia Silva, and she's about to get a title shot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm giving my pick immediately. I have been on the wave of Natalia Silva for a long time, bro. She's just super
Baby
active.
Shark.
Yo, right, super active. Just like. Very charismatic, and then her fighting style is just heavy volume. She is just nonstop, bell to bell. I've never seen her tired. I've never seen in a situation where like I feel like the gas tank is questionable. So like for me, those fighters always go a long way. So I feel like as much as I like Rose, I don't know about you guys, but I just feel like she's on the tail end. Every time I say it, I don't know. But
Rose
on the way out.
Yeah, man.
On the way out. I love Rose, but
hanging on
on the way out. She had a great run, did a lot of things. What, two-time flyweight champ.
Yeah, man.
You know, definitely had a great run, but now's the time for the new
She's
era.
definitely one of the first female MMA fighters.
Yeah, like monumental. I would say so. She made a statement.
Looked like.
Yeah.
I knew of Ronda Rousey, but I never actually watched her during her era, like her peak. I saw her on the way out.
Yeah, I mean, Ronda was, you know, Ronda obviously did what she did, but like you said, most of us saw her on her way out.
I'm pretty sure the first Ronda fight I saw was the Amanda Nunes one.
Not what a fight.
Wasn't like live, but it was like the clip of it, and I was like, oh, and then that's when I became an Amanda fan because I was like, yo, she's beating her up like a man. Like, what's going on? Like, it was crazy. Yeah, bro, that fight being off this card really makes me upset. I was so hyped to see Amanda back. Like that is you want to talk about favorite fighters? That is one of my favorite fighters, bro.
It does suck, but you know, fingers crossed. Still early. We'll get it. You know.
So you're saying Baby Shark gets a title shot after this fight if she
gets this, yeah. I put it in my notes of like if she wins, she gets a title shot. If Rose wins, I don't think she gets a title shot just because it's like, all right, we've seen that, done that. But I would say, yeah, if Natalia Silva gets it done, like this is a title shot for sure.
Now, you don't see them rebooking Grasso or even Blanchfield being a title shot contender or something with Barber.
I will say I can see it happening off of them having like more recent wins, but I guess this is going to come down to like, can Natalia Silva beat Rose in an exciting fashion? If she could beat her in an exciting fashion, it just off of the momentum of a win, it'll put her over the other two. But I feel like right now she's got more motion in terms of like fan support. Mm-hmm. And, like, if you were to put up a poll of who you wanted to see, I feel like that would make more sense. Now, listen, I've been a fan and a supporter of Erin Blanchfield for a long time. Do I think she will get a title shot? 100%. Do I think she will genuinely win against most of the women up against her? Yeah. Like, she's a tough cookie, bro. Yeah. She is, like, wrestling-wise, I feel like most people cannot.
She's one of those that I'd say is, like, saving the division, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's coming in, doing the work that needs to be done, not boring
cold
fights.
On the mic. Cold on the mic. She drops lines.
Okay. She knows how to carry herself in the octagon, on the mic. She's good. Solid fan.
Yeah, I feel like Alexa could like obviously have a rescheduled fight against somebody else, but my whole thing with her is like she falls into the same boat that I feel like Valentina Shevchenko falls under, and a few of the other people fall under, where it's like we've seen you enough. We're good. Like, I feel like Valentina, even though she's holding the belt, like, when she loses it again, if she loses it again, or maybe she gives it up, I don't really think a lot of people are going to be wanting to see Valentina again. All due respect.
She hasn't been very exciting, you know? Yeah. But, I mean, time does that. Being a champ for so long.
But I will say you could be, like, a champ for a while, dominating your division, and you're still, like, an exciting watch. Like I felt like we were saying it, you know, obviously before the whole Peter Yan thing, but, like, we were watching Merab just absolutely mop the floor with people. Like, it wasn't even close, some of the fights, and we were all excited to watch him fight.
I think what also that doesn't help Valentina's case is the activity. She fights, once a year?
Yeah.
Done. Merab, for his case, some fights weren't the best exciting, you know, but he was fighting 4 times a year, 3 times a year.
It gives you a level of clout for sure. If you're a very active champion, like a Volkanovski just showing up in like 3 weeks notice and things like that, like it's crazy work, and you give them a lot more respect for that. It puts a lot more weight on their name.
Who do we have as Valentina was the female of the year fighter?
I think we all had different ones.
Oh,
yeah. Valentina was up there. We wanted to give it to Weili, but she lost.
Yeah.
Big China.
Big China.
So we got to do more award shows. I hate that it was only once a year. We pulled up in suits and everything. It was so funny, bro.
You got to do a mid-season
awards.
Yeah. Every episode with suits on.
Every episode with suits.
It's like my bad suits.
We just turned this into a whole like production. I think it'd be so funny. We're just like, listen, I know we're a podcast, but realistically speaking, this is the new ESPN. We're killing it. I definitely will be Stephen A. Smith.
Chael Sonnen, you ain't got on us.
No facts.
We love you, Chael. We do love you, though.
Undefeated. Yeah, Chael Sonnen is so funny to me.
Chael's been quiet.
Didn't he just do like a wrestling competition or something like that?
I think something like that.
Yeah.
I seen
He, I think, has been quiet mainly due to the fact that he was an ESPN employee, and then obviously because the deal ended, I think he's in this weird transition period along with a lot of other people where they're not really allowed to do anything, or it just hasn't started yet.
I wish they would have just fucking taken DC's fat ass out of here.
Bro, you're hating on him, bro. That's crazy. DC, I feel like he's needed, but I will tell you in terms of like commentary, like during events, I'm not the biggest fan.
He's only needed for the pre-show. That's it. What Shevchenko? I mean, right? That's her name.
Yeah.
Her, the other guys. He's needed for that.
Lorosenko.
Sorry. But on the commentary, kick him off. I'd rather Michael on there.
I like him as a personality. So, like, for example, when he does the interview pieces with people and it's more of like just jokes, haha.
Cool.
I like that. When he's, like you said, on the pre-show, anything like that where they have him as, like, an ambassador for the UFC and he's there and, like, it's like Uncle DC or whatever. You know, he's just there to just kind of mess around with the fighters and be there for a good time. Cool. Commentary, I can put together a much better dream team. And if we're talking about, like, here's your roster of people, like, where would he fall under? Unfortunately, it's pretty low. Like, that's just me. Like,
sorry.
Like, I even hate when he goes in the ring to do the interview. Yeah. He does it so bad. Yeah. He's trying to rush out of there. It's like, bro.
Get up in there, like,
or freaking somebody else.
You know who I want to see get an in-ring interview, like a spot to just really do a good job in there? Dominic Cruz. I feel like he'd go in there and he would ask some crazy question right after a win. Like, right after.
Probably.
And he would ask you, like, a very direct, and he'd be like, bro, are you serious right now? Like, you look at him like, can you relax? He's a lot. But I love his commentary. But I feel like John Anik, is, if we're going to build a dream team, I'd say John Anik. I love Lorosenko. She's got to go on there for me. And then, man. I was going to say, that third spot.
I like him. I don't
know who I'd have in that third spot.
If it's not him, it's Felder.
I was going to say, I really like Feldy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally always would want Joe on it. I don't know if that's just
for sure. Just like
but like a lot. I've been seeing a lot lately. Not a lot of people are really rocking with Joe Rogan on the commentary lately.
Here's what I'll say with Joe Rogan. I thoroughly enjoy Joe Rogan on commentary as well. But my issue with him is I feel like it is kind of repetitive, some of the things he says.
Yeah.
Whereas like some of the I don't know if it's just maybe like they're just trying to find their spot, but like, bro, some of the fight night commentary teams that get put together are killing it. Like, they're giving me deep knowledge into the strategies that's happening inside the octagon. I'm getting good background into the fighters. Granted, sometimes it's a lot of background. Like, John Anik needs to relax, bro. Both of these fighters are fighting for custody over their children. It's like,
too much information.
I don't need to know all that, John Anik. Relax, bro. He says some crazy stuff sometimes. But like, I feel like some of the fight night like teams that get put together, they do a better job in terms of like quality of commentary than the pay-per-view team does. And the pay-per-view team being Joe Rogan, John Anik, and DC. Now, I think John Anik is the GOAT.
Yeah,
like in terms of all of them, he's up there.
I would say at this point, this time, he's got that.
Yeah, I think Lorosenko is very quickly working her way to being like a fan favorite to the point where you're going to see her on more pay-per-views or PLEs.
I love it.
And then
that's what it's called.
Yeah, PLEs. Yeah, because it's gonna be it's I guess a premium live event because you're not paying per the pay-per-view. I feel like it's gonna take a while before people start actually calling them that. Yeah. But I only got that terminology because I guess that's like the WWE model. Remember we was kids and they had pay-per-view and it was like you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like now when they merged with or they had their own network actually first and then they went onto Netflix. It was just you pay for the subscription and you just get to watch them. They're just there. Yeah. So they put in more value into it. Like it's a much bigger thing than just a regular weekly show. But it's considered a premium for whatever reason. But yeah, I think that I would just have a different team. I don't know. It's DC, like I said, like nothing against him personally or anything like that. Like I feel like some people go at him crazy, and I don't understand why. Like people hate on him just genuinely just to hate on him.
I was the biggest hater. Like
I don't get why.
I was the biggest hater. Yo, even up until like
I'm a John Jones fan.
That's what it is. That's what
it's fair. That's fair.
I think you kind of. I opened my eyes a little bit more because you try to convince me. I'm like, maybe he is cool.
Yeah,
maybe let me look at this to
what he stands for and what, like, you know, his fighting background and all that. Solid dude, whatever the case is. But again, John Jones fan, you know.
Yeah,
Fuck
for
DC.
real.
No, fair. Like I liked what is it? Chael Sonnen and DC show that they had for a little bit. Like I tuned into it. Like
That's not bad.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I like the debating.
yeah,
but
like
it's-
because also here's another thing. Like as much as you can be like, I'm not a huge fan of DC. DC has loose lips. You can't tell him nothing, bro. He will like a fighter will tell him something. Very
hey,
deep
hey,
confidence
hey.
of a fight that's coming up that is huge that like you really should not tell anybody. He'd be like, "Yo, Chael, guess what I heard today, buddy?"
Yeah,
And it's just like this is all being recorded. There's cameras, right? Like you understand that there's a whole production team right there. You have a
He's the
microphone.
leak. He's the leak.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like
bro, like-
every time,
bruh.
it's so funny because Chael will come at you with like a crazy tinfoil hat theory
Yeah.
that like
He
maybe
fried, too.
one out of
So
every
fried.
10 times is correct,
No.
but DC like 4 out of 5 times just spoiled something or like spilled the beans and he really wasn't supposed to. Like if he worked at Marvel, they would have fired him already. Like
Long
no
gone.
movie would get
Long
made
gone.
ever, bro. It's so funny. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I like him as like the funny guy. Bring him
Yeah,
in for the
yeah.
the cool fun stuff. But like commentary, I feel like
I'm trying to
he
lock in.
tries, but for the most part, I feel like it's super biased sometimes,
Voice,
and then
I don't
sometimes I'm
know.
just like, I'm not getting anything from you.
Honestly, I feel like ever since that whole like the explosion of their reactions went viral and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it hasn't been the same, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just them three together haven't been the same, but
Right.
it is what it is. You know, they're still great.
That's like their benchmark team. You know, like that's
Yeah.
the poster.
the staple.
Yeah, that is the staple. I just, not that they're falling off, but I just feel like, change is good every now and then. Like, it doesn't always have to be them. That's why I do like every now and then when they're like they go overseas and Joe Rogan's like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I ain't going.
I'm not going all the way over there. And then they throw in somebody else. You're like, wow, this is a breath of fresh air. Nothing wrong with him.
I
but
really like when they throw Bisping on.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's the accent or something.
My
Yeah,
thing
I think
was-
the
it's just like
accent.
He's so raw.
Yeah.
He's
and
just
that dude,
so
he
raw.
knows what he's talking about.
I need
Yeah.
Bisping with somebody who's confrontational with him because, like, the thing is, like, he will get into like an argument with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Felder will never
Full-fledged.
disagree with each other. They see very eye to eye. But with Bisping and like a Dominic Cruz, for example, they look at like how to approach a fight differently. So they will genuinely have a disagreement to the point where like, oh, this is a little like
little
tension in
hot.
here. Like I'm in my house. I'm
But
not
you-
even
you
next to
like
them,
it.
and I'm
You-
like, yo, bro, like what's going on here?
Yeah.
But they're having the debate right then and there, and I feel like it just gives you a little bit more context as to like, wow, there's a vast array of ways you can kind of handle a situation, and now you're even seeing it with the commentary team. They're even giving you different perspectives
Yeah.
to the point where they're low key arguing with each other
Yeah.
right now live.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that they should just mix people around.
And I liked how not just UFC because obviously just mixed martial arts sports do that versus other sports because like you can watch a basketball game, oh, you didn't make the three, blah blah blah, and so on, but like watching combat sports, you really have to like dig deep and because there's really many things that can happen and outcomes that can happen versus knockout and fucking so
I definitely rather listen to someone that's fought before.
Yeah.
Like someone that's
That's
really
how
been
I
in-
feel about
like,
it.
when I'm watching like basketball, I personally don't want to hear no Stephen A. Smiths and those other niggas. Like
Yeah.
I want to hear Carmelo's perspective,
you
Vince
know
Carter's,
yeah,
like
exactly,
a hoop legend.
you know
I think I need
talking
a balance of it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's also like, here's what I'll say, like. There's a lot of fighters that I'll see in interviews and such like that. You would be amazed at the amount of fighters that are like, no, I don't watch the sport.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen the fight that happened 15 years ago. I have no idea who those
Very
people are.
true.
Like, especially a lot of the young guys. A lot of the young guys are like,
I'm
I
just
grew up
fighting.
watching Connor, and I'm like, that was like 10 years ago. What are you
Yeah,
talking about? Like, so there is also
Imagine
like,
that.
there is something to a Joe Rogan that has like this crazy like library of knowledge that he can just pull
He's
out
definitely an exception
right
for me,
away
for sure.
That's why,
Like-
but that's what I mean across the board in any sport or anything that you're watching. I feel like there is something to having the nerd on the team that literally just has stats ready, doesn't have to look up anything because they just know it off rip. Like,
Joe Rogan's like he just belongs.
yeah.
Like he is UFC.
Because
Yeah,
to
this
be
is
fair,
it.
like it
Seriously.
is weird. Like he hasn't fought in MMA. He never fought in the UFC, but he knows what it is to be
He
a
trains.
combat athlete. But
He
he
trains.
has also fought. Like I guess if you want to, like, would you count it as if like they weren't in the UFC. They never did MMA, but they do jiu-jitsu. Like, he did jiu-jitsu. He did taekwondo. He just never fought in anything else. He has knocked people out in competition.
I would say if you're knocking people out the way he did, you know, everybody knows that legendary kick, taekwondo kick or whatever. If you're doing that, I count that.
I'd
whether
say it
it's
counts.
1-0 or whatever, but
I ain't out there fucking.
I would say
karate competition.
From what I gather from most of the fighters, the way that they feel, it doesn't mean that you need to have a career in there. They just want you to at least be able. Like, you went in there, you tried combat. You went in there. You got the feeling of what it is to get ready, go out there, get ready to prepare to fight another person for money in your underwear. Like, you did that. So like for Joe, he did it at one point. He did it for a while. He didn't feel comfortable continuing in that path, so he stopped. But there is another world out there where he continued. So I don't know. I feel like you got to give him credit for that. I just feel like there's a good balance. I do get what you mean, though. Like, the perspective of someone who actually did the thing is more valuable. I would say it has more weight to it because they can just pull things that the other person can't.
They can see shit that nobody else can.
Yeah. Because I can Google the stuff that Joe Rogan knows.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I could look that up easy, but like, you can't have. I don't know, man. Like, you can't have the person in there explaining the feeling of what it is to be in that octagon.
You just have to know.
Yeah, you just have to know.
Right, so you want to get the left leg on the
yeah.
But for real, for real, that's what it is.
It does.
Detail of it, like,
it does work that way, though. It does work that way.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wonder if they'll end up like swapping them out. Now that they have this, because I don't know who the person is. Apparently, she does a lot of hosting for boxing, but they announced that there's a host for this event now. So I don't know if they're gonna start doing that. I don't remember her name. I will look it up in a moment. But she's a boxing commentator or something like that. She had a.
I already don't like it.
A little older.
I don't know.
Curly hair.
I already don't like
curly
it.
hair. Yeah. You look like you sound like you knows exactly.
Little brown skin, little.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know who it is or no?
I'm trying to remember her name. Is it Steele? Is it something Steele?
Kate Scott.
All right, never mind.
She's a CBS Sports anchor.
Yeah, I've seen her. Oh. As long as it's not Nina drama.
No.
She kind of looks like who I was thinking of, though.
I mean, you kind of described her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're kind of spot on.
You
But I was
kind
thinking
of
someone else still.
you kind of went real
Specific.
in depth on that one. But this is what I mean when I'm intrigued to see how the whole thing goes. Like, are they just gonna like rinse and repeat how they did everything for ESPN, except now you're gonna just see Paramount Plus, or is it gonna be a little bit different? Who knows,
hope
man?
so.
I hope it's a little different.
I think
you know?
we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a big change.
I hope so. I hope so.
Dana was saying like Paramount's been extravagant over the deal, this and that, what they have to offer. So, I mean,
the way they put
Can't
out
be just-
all the past pay-per-views and everything for like all the way back to the Brock Lesnar days and the Anderson Silva days, all that. So like that is impressive. That
Way
they
better
were
than
able to pull
ESPN.
that catalog and just go, bloop, here you
Yeah.
guys go. I've been wanting to see. You know how long I've been wanting to see John Jones beat up Rampage Jackson?
Yeah.
Forever, but
you
got to
go on like a crazy
find it.
website or something like that.
Oh, so
it's not as easy to
It's on
see.
Paramount
Yeah.
now? Like,
Yeah, they put the library.
checked it? Like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
put
The
it-
whole
yeah.
I
library.
haven't even checked yet.
Been
It's
on
insane,
it.
bro. So like, it's just
6 weeks of nothing, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
bro.
Come
it's
on.
great.
I'm over here watching karate combat.
We started off with like a karate
But
combat.
that's the
Great.
thing, but
to,
that's
like-
the thing where I say Paramount's gonna be so monumental where you're gonna be able to show like a whole new demographic of like era of fighting and like what made the UFC where it is today.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know. You know what I mean? There's
curious
not that
now.
many
And
people.
this is where I go back to it. Listen, I told myself I was going to stop hating in 2026, but it's really difficult because you just brought it up.
It's
This is
still
where I was
early.
hating on ESPN Plus because ESPN Plus, it was right there, bro. Like, it was right there.
Yeah.
You really had the opportunity to just kind of like, here's the catalog. Here's everything. Like, they hyped it up like that was what it was going to be. And every time I went on there, they're like, we got you with the last like 5
Disappointment.
pay-per-views.
Disappointment.
Like, the most recent ones only.
And then you needed Fight
And then-
Pass or
and
something.
then UFC 1 through 10, and I'm like, where's the middle?
Yeah.
I want the middle. I'm
Want
trying
the
to see
whole
UFC
catalog.
282 or whatever. Like, I need the middle here. Like, what are we doing?
They
It
fumbled
wouldn't
the
be-
bag. They
Dog, it
fumbled
was
the
so
bag.
bad. It was so bad. I'm excited just for the change of that alone.
I'm
So
curious if it's easy to find like the Ultimate Fighters now.
Yeah.
Before,
You get home, bro.
I can't wait now.
I'm telling you, bro.
Before I had to scroll, you go to Ultimate Fighter and then like the most recent.
Down.
Yo, bro.
It's
all the way
literally
to number
all
one.
organized. It's so
man.
clear and everything. It's way better. Way better.
You would think ESPN could just do an update.
I honestly
At one
think
point-
so, but
I wonder though. Imagine if they stayed with ESPN, what would they would have done? Like if anything would have
I don't think
changed.
anything
Man,
would have
they
changed.
had
If
all-
it
that's so
if
many
it still would have been
opportunities.
pay per view, like
I think everything would
You
have
know what I
stayed
mean?
exactly
If
the
they
way
had
it is,
stayed with them
honest
for
to
like
God.
another like 3 years, I agree, it would have just stayed the exact same.
There's so many opportunities. Just update.
well,
But
thank
you
you
gotta
Paramount for
understand,
saving us
like,
money.
This is the way that it worked for them at least, and I think it's kind of the same setup that they have now. Like, here's X amount of money. We just need X amount of events a year.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, don't care.
Yeah.
So they didn't really have any other like passion or anything for it. Now with Paramount Plus, I don't really know if they're trying to build like sports as a platform entirely for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with them it's a little different. Whereas like ESPN, like their whole thing was sports. So I feel like with Paramount, if they're able to like, I guess, make this into more of a spectacle. And then they're like, oh, we're also going to bring in this sport and this sport. It's like, okay, now can they take what they did with the UFC and apply that to these other ones? Because then that's going to make people be like, Paramount's the place to go to for sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's no longer going to an ESPN Plus or something like that. It's going directly to Paramount Plus. So I hope that they put in a little bit more effort into this, or a lot more effort into it, and just make it a lot more like user friendly when we're logging in and we're trying to find stuff. But then also giving a spotlight to the older stuff and a lot of the new stuff as well. Because if not, you know, as long as it's better user wise than ESPN Plus, you got my money. But like in terms of new people tuning in, you're gonna struggle with that unless you do something. Because I don't think that they really.
I mean,
they put on big fights, but I don't really know they really gained a whole lot of new fans like that. I still have the same situation where like one out of every 500 people I speak to, they know something about the UFC.
I wouldn't say they gained new fans off rip, but they're going to, because think about how many people without the UFC, knowing of the UFC, have Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And then now everyone who has UFC just transferred over is just gonna get more exposure. You know what I mean? So it's only going bigger.
I feel most people. I'm surprised more people don't like get into UFC like how we do.
I know.
It's everybody's traditional boxing. You know.
Well, that's what I'm hoping happens now with the fact that they're on Paramount and they have the connections to CBS, etc. Here's what I just need to happen at some point. I walk into any sports bar. And UFC is playing on a main TV, and it's just on. Like it's not like a
regular.
This is a crazy once in a lifetime fight. No. This is like
I don't have
we
to
got
go
a fight
from
night
looking
on.
up to switch into my phone when I'm
Yeah,
out,
like,
you know,
if we can get to that point, we've made it. So like for me, like that's what they need to do. If they can get to a point where like we have licensing in like a regular sports bar. It's not like this is a UFC sponsored bar or like I have to go to a Buffalo Wild Wings. These are the only ones that have a contract with it. Like that's how you then get more casual fans to watch. Because a lot of the time, like, it was expensive the last few years to be a UFC fan. Like, listen, I'm gonna watch it. You can watch it how you can watch it. But
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
But it
Y'all
genuinely, it was like they did the math. It was like $1,200 or something like nonsense to be able to
Minimum.
be a UFC fan. Like that's crazy to me, bro. So like now, if you make it where it's what $8 a month or something like that, and I can go to a casual bar, I don't have to go out of my way to go to something to go watch it. Like that makes it easier for people. And it's on Saturdays. There's not really a lot of other sports that are on Saturdays.
And they start at 9 p.m. now.
And they started
Yes, sir, man.
Main card.
I know, main card.
I'm gonna be fighting for my life, man.
Shit, we still gonna be fighting. I'm not gonna lie. We're still gonna be there at the main event. Like,
Third fight into the card, you know?
Still already.
hit the Brazil already.
Fucking died over here.
Cafecito just to keep me up, bro. Just to keep me
It
going.
really be like that.
Yo, bro, we been really doing that. Like, get the coffees ready. Just when it gets late like that.
No, I guess
gotta
sometimes like if you have those like first 3 fights of the main card and they're just like a lull,
Boring,
like
yeah.
especially because like this is why we love saying, like, don't sleep on the prelims. Because, bro, those prelims are crazy sometimes. And they'll have you up here with adrenaline. And then the main card starts, and you're like, what am I watching, bro? Like, and then immediately you're on your phone. You're not paying attention no more. Next thing you know, you're slumped on the couch. You're like, all right, never mind. I forgot that the main event's about to start right now.
You wake up to snap videos of you knocked out.
The amount of times that
y'all got me.
I've like woken up like mid thought and been like, wait, was I just asleep or was I just like what's going on? And I look at the TV and I'm like, where am I?
Did they see me sleeping?
Yeah. Did they see me sleeping?
Did they catch me?
Like, I didn't want to be the first one out, bro. It's bad, bro. But it happens. Like it's a commitment. That's like what, like 8 hours of TV you're just sitting down watching from like 6 to
because
1:30.
we're there from early to close. So
it is so funny because like my friends pointed out to me the other day, like, honestly, we feel like we've seen you a lot more recently. And we like, what's going on? I was like, there's been no fights. There's been no fights. No, I was like, I've been around on weekends because there's no fights.
Like, yo, what are you doing? What are we doing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Literally,
what is there to do? I don't know.
Yeah,
this fucking.
It's crazy because like, it could be like a Thursday, a Friday, a Sunday. We will figure out something to do. Saturday comes around and there's no fights. We're like, what is there to do?
Yeah.
We don't know. Like we have.
I got all the time in the world.
Yeah,
3 naps on a Saturday. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's the worst, man. I'm just so happy that we're back. I feel like it's crazy the hold that this has on us. But like to be fair, I feel like other people feel the same way about other sports.
Yeah, like football, you know.
Yeah, man. People go through the same thing.
It's like with the other sports, you have that rotation where like you have, all right, now it's about to be basketball season, football season. And you have like a little rotation where they overlap a little bit.
UFC's all year.
Just like fucking, it just stops.
Yeah.
For like fucking,
that too, yeah.
And it's just like, damn, now what?
And there's nothing else that's like it.
But once that's over,
324
we're
and
on
325,
takeoff,
right?
man.
Back to back. That's how you start the year right there.
Those 2 cards are gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It is, man. All right. So I think we're all on the same wave here. Natalia Silva.
I
forgot that's where we were at. All right,
Yeah,
making sure. My fault. I just had to rewind that back. All right, now moving on. Now this is the people's main event.
Yes, sir.
This is the people's main event. Let's not lie here, okay? So we've been pretty hyped for this one for a minute now. All right, I feel a different way now that it's here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still
scared.
No, I'm still in the same camp. I just feel like it doesn't have the hype that I thought it would. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. This is a heavyweight showdown that is going to be a round 1 knockout. I think this is
round 1.
I think it's round 1, bro.
I hope, and
I think it's a crash.
I hope.
I think it's a crash. I think if immediately it's going to be just the two of them going at it. I really don't think that they're going to be playing around. I just feel like they both want to make a statement, and they have different reasons for doing so. But the reason I feel differently now is just because I thought that this one, Waldo at the end of the year before the 6 week had so much hype. There was so much fire behind him. Yeah. And then there's just 6 weeks of dead air. And it just killed it, bro. And then now I feel like people are like, oh, yeah. Like,
watch the embedded. They'll show his side, and then they'll draw back the hype.
That's what I'm hoping for.
You know?
So just so you guys know, we record these on like a Tuesday, so like we only got 2 embedded episodes out. I think if you weren't watching it on your lunch break, you missed it.
Still fresh.
You might have to watch it after this, you know. But yeah, I agree. I think that as the week progresses, maybe it'll get a little bit better.
You got Waldo and DR.
I hope so.
That's what I'm saying, you know, and then
that's just gonna be fire.
Everybody loves Dominicans.
I'd like that both of them have been talking, like they've been chirping at each other.
Little bits here, back and forth.
But it's respectful.
But it's funny,
like
respectful, you know.
Nothing too crazy.
It is bad for Derek Lewis is hilarious.
Derek Lewis was straight up like, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta take to win. I'm gonna hit him in the nuts. I'm gonna poke him in the eye. Whatever, bro.
Honestly speaking, because you guys saying first round. And I feel like Derek Lewis, he always comes out with that talk, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he always comes out slow. So, like, but then when he goes swinging, he comes out swinging. So it's like.
He conserves his energy very well.
He really does. He knows when to use it at his low moments.
So it's like, I honestly see it going past the first. But then at that point, it's like Waldo gets better as the fight goes on. And he gets less scared. He gets more
confidence goes up.
You know, and he's not scared at all to stand and bang. So
I was watching Hawani earlier, and he was on there, and him and his coach did call for round 2 knockout. The only reason I'm leaning more towards round 1 is because I feel like they're gonna get that.
Yeah,
They're gonna feel that hype, and they're gonna want to start.
I
Going
hope they
after
feel it.
So that's why. That's why I'm like, I feel like it's gonna be a crash. I mean, as much as they're like round 2 calculated, which I can also see, like you said, like Derek Lewis does have a little bit of. I would say, depending on who the opponent is, because if the opponent brings it to him, he's just gonna bring it
he'll
back.
bring it right
like I
back.
said earlier, he's very calculated, but it's more so like he knows when you throw that big overhand, and that's the only one you got for the time being. Then I'm gonna just explode, and then that's when he just drops bombs.
Very true.
But I think with this one, it's gonna be more so feeling out process for the first maybe 2 minutes, and after that, all right, let's get into this.
That's what I would say.
So, and then a heavyweight, like any one of those things is going to land. The only thing is with Waldo, he has been proven to have more of a chin than most heavyweights. I've seen him get cracked. We're like,
he can take a punch for
and
sure.
nothing happens. So.
Derek Lewis is
But Derek Lewis,
experience and like
different punch.
24 KOs, man.
Yeah, bro.
Like he knows things that like Waldo hasn't experienced yet.
Yeah, bro.
Those are the
How
little
to
things.
break a person. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
He does.
I'll say I can probably agree. I either see it going early first round, maybe second round KO. I would like to say Waldo takes that, but I could also kind of, for some reason, see this being like a Derek Lewis versus Ngannou, like just like a
boring.
they're both kind of
But at
timid
the
the
same
whole fight.
time-
They're going back and forth, pitter patter.
Excuse me. At the same time, Derek Lewis is getting older.
He does look in great shape.
He
right
does
now.
look great shape, but like,
Peptides,
The peptides are hitting.
cheating at
but he is getting
5 years off
older,
his fucking
and we know what happens with older fighters. They do sometimes get that little.
That's there for that regular, lightweight, middleweight, but these heavyweights, they get better with age, bro.
Yeah.
Some
Look
of
at
us,
Glover,
they
you
get
know?
dad strength. It's weird, bro.
Dad strength,
Yeah,
right?
any grown man over 200 is different, bro.
And if Derek wins this, say Derek wins this fight,
Yeah.
Well, it drops down to 5.
he
At
could
least.
set himself back up for another run, but
I don't
And
think
then-
there's no,
I think it gets real dicey once he gets into that
I
top
think
5.
as much as he's like kind of been back and forth on this, I still kind of hold him true to the first time I heard him say it. I think he really is done with the title.
I
think
would say so.
He's money fights, put me in good spots. Let me get some cool like things, like for example, like throw him on the White House or whatnot. Like give him some fire spots. But like for the most part, I just don't see him having that motivation to actually care to go for a title.
Yeah.
Like
I think he knows he just can't
Can't get there.
Yeah.
He,
Honestly.
the talent, what he brings, like he has the power for sure,
Yeah.
but the grappling and how fighters are nowadays, he just
And
he's not a
it's only-
championship fighter. You
As
know?
of right now, the heavyweight division's a little whack, but it really
Very
is
true.
only a
Trash.
matter of like a year or two for like a handful of signings, and that changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like we see a 3 weeks of a contender series where there's one heavyweight per episode where you're like, whoa, and that changes the entire division.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to think about it. It's only 15 people in line for a title shot.
Yeah, literally.
You get 3 people brand new in there. And it changes everything.
Yeah.
So like I was watching the Helwani interview earlier because I wanted to see a little bit more about not Derek Lewis, about Waldo and like what his team is doing, how they're preparing for this. And his coach is even mentioning it because Waldo brought it up. There are other Dominicans that are on the way. He goes, "Oh, you thought
Yeah,
it was
for
just
sure.
me?" He's like,
No, I
"We
bet.
got other baseball players that just like they don't make it, and they're freak athletes that need something else to do. They're seeing me doing what I'm doing over here, and now they're asking me
Trendsetter.
where I'm training
I'm
and what I'm
telling you.
doing."
The
So
wave started.
that's what we're saying. Like up in
I
the
might
mountains of
have
Dagestan, now we're in DR.
UFC PI in
Dog,
DR.
you have no idea how fast I will go down. To go, like, Mom, I swear I'm coming to visit you, and realistically, I'm on my way to go train.
Yo, you haven't stopped
Right,
by the whole
DR, 2-3 months. Forget about it.
2-3 months in DR, forget.
That's-
Nah,
that's-
2-3 months in DR, forget. You come back different. That's not Dagestan. You're somehow more out of shape than you were when you go. You know what I'm saying?
drinking all the time.
You're like, it's not running up mountains, it's presidente by the beach. Like,
Right.
you know, like it's difficult to not indulge.
But that'd be fire if that culture kind of like
Shift.
shifted. In
I'll
DR,
tell you
where,
this, like,
fighting becomes the
Fitness
boogie.
has become a much bigger thing in DR. Like the amount of times I've gone back and I see like, and it's not like what you think when I say that there are people jogging. It's not like colonization type of, you know what I'm saying? No, but like the people that just get more into it, like health and fitness, like obviously things have like upgraded. There's like more gyms opening up and stuff like that. So I hope with that wave, as much as like, you know, you'll see that like kids are playing sports more and more, that you're also going to start seeing more adults getting into other sports as well. So like they start opening up these MMA gyms and things like that. Who knows? Maybe people like a Waldo that are doing it. They reinvest in their own thing. They open up their own gym or something like that down there. And now you're getting to people. There is MMA organization in DR. They usually fight out of Santiago, but there's some other places. So there is already a culture of it. There's already a culture of it out there. So you have like the wave of it coming. So I feel like with that, and then also some other places, you're just seeing these heavyweights pop out of the woodwork. But like, you just got to get them to come over here, bro.
Yeah.
And the thought where if the money is there, these just giant freak athletes might decide when they're getting out of high school to pursue a different sport other than like a football or something like that. It might be the wave. I don't know if you guys have been checking out. I might mess. I think it's the RFA or the RAF. One of the two. I don't remember. I got dyslexia. But it's the wrestling organization that I feel like has popped off over these last 6 weeks. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Oh, yes,
but
yes.
The UFC fighters have been in it. Like Armin Sarukian was in it. Michael Chandler.
Okay.
Well, Nickel, I guess, is a champion for them, something like that. So like that's becoming another avenue. So like maybe now we'll see the pipeline of like there is a career for like these, I guess, base of combat athletes. So like you go into wrestling in a college and whatnot, instead of you going towards like the NFL, or maybe you just fizzle out because there's nothing else for you to do. You can go to that, and then from there you pivot over to the UFC. So now we get heavyweights that have more of a caliber of like a career, and they have more skills. Because like I ain't gonna lie to you, it's like the top 5, and the rest of them are just. You know what I'm saying? Like
much.
you watch a prelim heavyweight fight, you're like, this first round is crazy. And then round 2 and 3, you're like, they cannot breathe. They can barely stand. They're actually holding each other up. They're hugging. They're holding each other up because they know they're gonna fall over. Like it's bad, bro. So like Derek Lewis, like I feel like he has the longevity to be there, but it is scary to think about like
Gatekeeper.
in a year. In a year, he can be facing some people that are like knocking him out. And then we've seen it before where like someone is the killer, and next thing you know, they're like get knocked out 3 times in a row, back to back to back. You're like, oh man, what has happened to you, bud? So I don't know. I don't know if necessarily Waldo is going to be that guy. As much as I have all the faith in the world in Platano Power, I just feel like he will get the win, but I don't know if necessarily I don't see either one of them really getting the title shot off of a crazy win, except for Waldo with his positioning can be in line for it, but I still think they'd probably give him one more before he fights. He was calling for off of this one, he'll probably want to fight in July. He was saying that he doesn't know if Tom's going to be back, because Tom Aspinall, if you guys didn't know, is like getting eye surgery. I think he said he had to get 2 of them after that. As much as bro, I don't know. The moment he started mentioning having to get surgery, I was like, clearly someone saw something bad enough to justify giving this man
2 surgeries.
Man, I'm not buying nothing, man.
I honestly feel bad, but I agree. I don't buy it. Like, how many bad eye pokes have we seen in the UFC throughout the years, and no one's needed surgery? Not one bit. Not just.
I will say there's been a couple, but I will say there's been a lot more than there has been people getting eye surgery. Like there's been way more people getting eye poked than there has been people getting these surgery. So like I will say that there is something weird about it, especially because like I've seen like people go knuckle deep paws in someone's eye.
Yeah, for sure.
And the person is just like, my eye really hurts for like 5 days, but after that I'm fine. But then this one was more so like knuckle grazing or whatever the eye, and then after that he's like, I can't really see anything. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like for me the eyes are so sensitive that
that's why I give him the benefit.
I really don't know, man. Like I know people personally that like it has been like they in recess when we were kids, like fell over in some grass and they genuinely could not see out of an eye for like a day and a half. So like you never know, like it's like literally it could be something so small, and next thing you know you're blind. Like I don't know, man. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna say anything crazy. Plus, if we can get Waldo a title shot earlier, like whatever, man. Like I'm not gonna.
I would not give it to him after this.
I mean.
You got Tom and Cyril Gane that needs to be technically rescheduled, and if you
after that, like.
After that, you got I don't know, man.
I think he needs one more.
I would say fight Gane, or what's his name?
So that's what I think would happen if Tom can't come back and you need somebody to step in.
That'd be for the interim or something.
It would be for an interim. It wouldn't be for the undisputed. If we're gonna be honest here, it wouldn't be for anything like that. John Jones, I don't even know what he's doing. He's trying to fight Alex Pereira. I don't know what that is.
John Jones gonna fight when he wanna.
John Jones gonna fight when he wanna. That's genuinely. But like looking at this, the only other thing that I think would stand in his way is because he did lose to Sergey Pavlovich.
I was gonna say.
I was trying to remember who it was, but yeah. So Sergey Pavlovich beat him by decision. So like him and
decision.
Yeah, no,
I'm pretty sure that
it wasn't
fight
a
was
very exciting one.
exactly.
Either. No, it wasn't a very exciting one. Other than that, Volkov is there.
Yeah,
but so
and
I would say
he's always been there.
I know, right? But
Wow.
Volkov beat Pavlovich. So then, if you were to do a fresh matchup, it would have to be technically. I feel like it would be Volkov versus Gane for an interim belt if Tom is not here.
Yeah,
And then, I guess I don't know if you do a rematch between Pavlovich and Waldo, or then whoever the winner of that one is. Like, I think that Waldo's gonna find himself in this weird spot of like, I mean, I don't know, man. If he dusts Derek Lewis, off of entertainment value, they'll give it to him. But I think it's gonna be kind of crazy to jump two people.
I just because he's been doing the company justice. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He went forward.
He wanted to go
went
for
back.
5.
Went forward.
He did
So
whatever
it's like
he was at. I'm willing to fight.
And he's still standing on that. I've seen multiple interviews now where
whoever.
he's been saying that he's like, honestly, regardless of the way that things go, if I win or lose, I don't care. I'll keep fighting whoever. Like, I just want to fight. Like, whoever in front of me. Do I want a title shot? 110%. Am I going to stop fighting? No. You got 9 kids. You got 9 kids. That's not a joke. You got 9
This Paramount
I
check.
didn't know
most
that.
Dominican thing I've ever heard in my
I
life.
didn't know that at all.
You
Don't
got
do that too
9
often no more.
Bro,
How many baby?
my Waldo, we got 9 kids. My mom is one of 9. That's a different generation. My grandparents were born in 1902. Like, you feel me? Like, this is a different generation. She's one of 9. Waldo got 9 kids in 2026.
You don't see 5 plus.
I got 3, and I'm like, damn.
Right now, I bet you ages are still somewhat fresh for you. In 2 years, I'm gonna ask you the age. And be like, one of them 4 or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, now imagine there's 9 of them. Like,
When's her birthday?
right.
His birthdays and
Dog,
everything.
I would not remember. It's so crazy to me to think about that. But like, shout out to him. But he's got mouths to feed. Is the point? But you know, like he can't afford to not fight. Like,
USD out there, shit, going a long way.
going a long way, bro. Like, so I feel like for him, it
Paramount
just makes.
check gonna be good. Win or loss.
Doug, we still got to work on getting the Waldo jersey. We're trying to hunt down his baseball jerseys because he played. He played
did?
professionally. Yeah, he was
Played on the Cardinals. I think.
Yeah. So
Really?
he's,
Another team,
there's got to be a jersey out there.
Yeah.
Not new, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's out there. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to decorate with Waldo merch. Dominican flags
Waldo
and
Branch,
Waldo
and he's
merch.
gonna fuck with us.
I was gonna say, knowing we can get him. Say
Yeah.
we're Boston, Dominican.
No, I'm
get him
not
out
gonna
here.
lie to you. I've been seeing him do a lot of interviews. The only thing, like, it with any, like, he just wants to get the publication out there.
exposure,
So
yeah.
like for me, like, we gotta get the Zoom set up.
The
or
Zoom, I was
something.
gonna say
We'll
something.
figure it out. 806 budget. We fly him out first class. I don't know. We'll see what we do. But for those of you that don't know, Melvin's behind the camera. Just give me the dirtiest of looks.
Pay for
He's
flights.
Dominican, Melvin. Come on, we gotta support our own.
He
bro.
be
Come on.
posted our shit.
He do. You know what I'm saying? He be supporting the pod. He's supporting the friend of the pod. Friend of the pod, Waldo. I think that, Waldo wins, and I think it's a knockout. I can see them off of entertainment value, maybe giving him a shot. But like we were talking about beforehand, he's not even in UFC 5. So like low key,
That is true.
I really don't know. I think, like I said, like he was real hot at the end of the year off of the double knockout, off the eye poke. It was crazy. People were like Waldo all day. 6 weeks happened, and I feel like it's kind of cooled down. If he manages to knock out Derek Lewis, I feel like the people are going to be like, we want to see something exciting. It's the same energy where they were like, give Tai Tuivasa a title shot. When he was hot, they give Waldo a title shot. So we'll see if it happens.
Literally, same perfect example.
Yeah,
Ty.
I just feel like you get with heavyweights, like, you really just need to string together like a handful of exciting ones, and you're there. The only difficulty that Waldo really has is the fact that there's one person that's a few notches above him that has a win over him recently. If it wasn't for Sergey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he right there. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you have to give Gane a title shot because he was just in it and it ended the way it did. But for the most part, you give him a title shot. The other two, Volkov and Sergey Pavlovich, hey, man, y'all are real. Respect. Respect is due. But if we're being honest, not the most exciting. Sergey was killing people for a minute.
Yeah.
And then he had his chin checked by Tom, and I feel like after that, no one cares.
Yeah.
That Russian threat, gone.
Yeah,
Gone.
kinda.
And
Literally.
Volkov, we've already seen get touched several times. So with him, you know,
It's a
we don't
matter of
care.
time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to this fresh young blood, you get 3 wins in a row. Like you're there. Give him a title shot. Who cares? Make it exciting. Heavyweight at this point, we just want to see exciting fights. I think that this is a division where like not a lot of people care about the ranking.
Yeah, right.
You can have the number 15 come up
Yeah,
in
it
here
really
and kill
doesn't
it.
matter.
Title
It's-
shot, maybe to the moon. It's whatever.
Which I kind of don't like because that goes off to like Yair, Murphy, and like those
So-
guys are all deserving.
Yeah, it's a lot of
And
this,
because the hype,
yeah.
guys are getting skipped. And
That's where I also don't agree, but it's weird because you kind of have to like I feel like you should apply the same logic across the board, but for me I don't. Like
Yeah.
the lighter weight classes, because the divisions are so stacked. Like you looked 1 through 15 and they're all just damn.
Yeah, it's just
Like you're like,
you don't
bro,
wanna be
it's
fired
anyone's
if
night.
These two fought.
Yeah, like
that's all
you
they-
can you can
know what else would be
have
fired?
a 4 versus a 15, and it's a crazy
Still, yeah,
matchup
still
either which
banger.
way. But then when you get to heavyweight, like I said, there's like a handful of names in the wrestling.
top
just like,
5.
bro, like who are you even? Like we don't care. You win or lose or draw. Like we don't even want to see you right now.
That's,
So like
that's definitely a division needs a revamp.
it needs a revamp for sure. They need to start
But-
poaching people, but at the same time, it seems like I don't know if it's like
But-
other organizations just don't have them. Like
They
heavyweights.
they have off like contender series been pulling them and
Yeah, they've
bringing
been-
them, and the heavyweight have been doing their justice.
Yeah.
Obviously not top 5 or top 10 yet, but
No.
like the guys they have pulled off have very strong potential. So
And that goes back to my earlier point. Like I was saying, like right now it's nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
like in a year or two, that's when it becomes a problem. So
Yeah.
like the Derek Lewis's, for example, that we're talking about title shot, it like unless you're running for it, like you're going for it very fast. If you decide to wait a year or two, those killers that are up and coming,
Done.
they're getting in your way.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have what it takes to beat those guys. So we'll see. General consensus, I'm going with Waldo. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, we got Waldo.
House on Waldo
Hey,
for sure.
There we go. And then let's get into the co-main event. Long awaited, everybody. Kayla Harrison in a minute. No, I'm playing. It is so upsetting it got canceled, man. It's
I'm
upsetting.
honestly upset. Amanda's still not fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be there.
No,
I think
like off the cancellation, she should have picked up and got a fucking fresh fight. You know what I mean? Granted,
I think she for a warm up it would have been a good idea.
You
but
know?
who would it have been?
that's the problem is the
And then
division's trash. So
Pay wise, I don't know who would it. The only name that like I can see where it could be like promotion wise, but no one would care because of how bad she lost is Juliana Pena.
yeah,
Because you got the whole
But that's
you
it.
1-1.
I couldn't think of
but
anybody
like,
else
nah.
to like plug that.
yeah.
No, there's nobody, bro.
that's the only
Division's
thing.
whack right now.
Yeah.
Division's real
She's
whack.
back for one
Real whack.
reason.
Yeah,
Fucking
just for that one.
To get her belt
But
back.
Yeah.
that makes me think, like specifically in that division, what has the UFC done, or what aren't they doing to bring more talent in?
Is there more talent?
I mean, I go on Instagram, you see all these Muay Thai girls, blah blah blah, going crazy, going
Yeah.
nutty.
I think
mean,
that's what it is. I think that you're getting more people that are finding fame and success in being specific combat versus going into MMA. I think that like those cultures and worlds, for example, like
Have
the
their own
world of like of female boxing already have their fan bases and they're already big. When you get into MMA, it's kind of young but not super young, but they don't really get a lot of like big names and there's not a lot of like depth to each division for it to sustain. And then you get to the points where you're finding yourself with the Rose Namajunas versus insert name for the third or fourth or fifth time, and no one cares anymore because it's losing its value versus fresh matchups with people that are of actual note and worth. So like that's where you're getting the problem. Like I just don't think that there is a lot. Like it's rare that I'm watching, 'cause trust me, I'm locked in. I'm watching it all. It's rare that I find that there's a female fighter that's an up and comer that I'm like, you're the one. Like
this one could be
you
Kayla.
are there. Erin
Fuck outta
Blanchfield
here.
was the last one where I was like, yo,
Yeah,
she's
for
gonna be
sure.
an absolute problem, and she is 100% turned out to be an absolute
Yeah.
problem. So like there have been those ones, but I find that like on the male side of the sport, it's more like I'll see
For sure.
I'll
For
see
sure.
every week on the Contender Series they pick up one 155 pounder that I'm like, Christ,
He might be a
what is
problem.
happening, bro?
Yeah.
And it's you always like the same 3 or 4 weight classes that get like a pretty good pool of people. On the women's side of things, I don't know. I really don't. I just like I do agree with you. Like the amount of combat sports that I interact with when it comes to my social media feeds, like I'm getting some like Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu like women that are absolute killers that are famous. Like you look at their follower accounts, it's millions. Like they're doing well, and it's not they're going on any sort of spicy website to do anything crazy on the side. It is genuinely off of the strength of their career. Like they are. These are my accolades. These are my 9 belts that I've gotten. Like I'm doing well. Them crossing over into something else isn't necessarily there. Now, that being said, and I want to say it was Clarissa Shields. I could be wrong on this, but there was a boxer that put their name in the hat to fight Amanda Nunes on short like a few weeks notice, like 2 weeks ago.
That'd be crazy.
Let me look it up right now. But like that was a thing where it was just like, yo, like why not? Like I'll throw my name in there right now. But I don't know if you can necessarily have that crossover promotion where like you could just off of a few weeks like I bet join
she'll
in
get
here.
destroyed,
and then against somebody like an Amanda Nunes,
she'll know what a real punch feels like.
it's just a different game. Like listen, I understand like when you that like you go into UFC or MMA going over into boxing, it's a little bit more even, but not really. But when it comes to the other way around, I just feel like you have way more things to worry about. Amanda Serrano. It was Amanda Serrano.
Destroyed.
She wanted
destroyed.
Yeah, she wanted to fight Amanda Nunes. That's who it was. So she put her name out in the ring, and this was like literally like a week and a half ago that I saw this popping up everywhere. Where they was like, "Oh, maybe," and I was like, "I don't know. I don't know. It's a good idea." But like in terms of like other sports, like I feel like it's trickier for the Muay Thai to start picking up wrestling and jiu-jitsu and feel like they actually have like a chance. But that being said, like. You look at a lot of the women in the UFC, a good amount of them are specialists that then started recently learning something else. Like you have some of them that strike heavy that are just now learning grappling or grappling heavy.
Kayla Harrison.
So like it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I think you're in a realm where you can kind of get away with it. Like this is for them, it's kind of like beginning stages of UFC period where it was like everyone was a specialist, and depending on what you were, you could get kind of far as long as you were really good at that one thing. So like. There could be a world where like you get somebody that's really good with jiu-jitsu that comes over to the UFC and is like, all right, let me take up MMA. They learn striking for a few months. Next thing you know, they're killing it. I was watching the Gable Stevenson interview with Joe Rogan. He was talking about like legitimate striking, like real, we're hitting pads, 3 months. I was like, what? What? I saw him overhand right into a double leg takedown in under 3 seconds. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you just know that? Like, that's just like muscle memory for you somehow?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking? So, like, I don't know, man. You can get some people that are just freak athletes and get them in there, but the money has to be right. And I will say, like, the thing you keep hearing is that these young up-and-comers, you know, you want to do it for 10 and 10, 10,000 to win, 10,000 to show up? Like, probably not when you can go do this. And they're like, no, you get $45,000 just to be here. You're going to get another $80,000 if you win the tournament. It's like, all right, that sounds better to me. Yeah. And I know I could win this tournament, so I'm going to go get that sure money that's way more than over here, and I'm going to get my face punched in? No, thank you. Yeah. Like, so, I don't know. For me, that's kind of what that leans in.
You think it's still 10 and 10?
No, I think they probably get paid a little bit more, but I'd say like if you're fighting on the Contender Series, you're probably looking at something like that. Like you're probably looking at maybe even 5 and 5.
I heard Contender Series was 2 and 2.
Jesus,
God damn,
right.
Which when you think about it, you know, well, think about it. They do have probably a full 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, that's them going to try to get that.
To be fair though, it's like a 2.
Nigga.
But what are you really doing? You're showing up for one night of a fight to just fight the one time, and it's an opportunity. So it's like you're basically getting paid
a job
potentially $4K for a job interview.
Yeah,
if you think about it that way,
you gotta
fight for your life for it. Yeah,
literally.
And not only that, you
fight for your life.
It's got to be entertaining because like you could be in a fight for your life and like you could win barely, and it still might not be enough for him to be like, all right, you got it. He might be like, all right, you're coming back on next week. You're gonna get another 4K, and we'll see you again, maybe. I think like, Bo Nickel was on there 3 times or something like that in a row before he got a shot. So like,
a few of them.
You can be there for a little bit before you get in there. You really have to impress the boss, and then it'll be like, all right, we're in here. Like we were talking about earlier, the amount of control that man has over your career is crazy.
Yeah,
but
he's freaking dictator of all dictators,
bro. He's Vince McMahon. We just deal with it, bro. The actual co-main event of UFC 324, Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. This is another one that I think I had to write down war on this one. I feel like this one's going to be a very exciting one. I think Sean O'Malley has a lot to prove, but I'm not going to lie to you. I think the side for me is going to be on Song Yadong right now. He has just proven way too much of a problem for me.
He's definitely a problem.
I feel like the reach is what's the concern for me. Like Sean O'Malley, he knows where the chin is, bro. He is a sniper. I will give him that.
I think he's gonna touch him too many times. I think he's gonna feel him out early in the first round. I think we'll probably get mid to end stoppage first round. My personal opinion. I don't think Song's upper echelon.
I could see that. I get what you. I can see your point in that. I just feel like he shows up when he needs to.
He definitely does, and some people might argue. Sorry to cut you off. Some people might argue that O'Malley's really not even there, even with everything that he's done now. But hey, champ, you know.
I feel like Sean O'Malley is upper echelon depending on the matchup because you would throw him in there with the same thing as like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. You know, like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, you hear that name and you throw him in there with like top 5 welterweights. Like immediately, that's what you think of. But at the same time, you know, there's limitations to that game. You know, now we know that there's limitations to Sean's game, and it is what it is. But again, we go with the MMA math. As much as we see like a Marab come in here and just absolutely dominate him, and we see Peter Yan pull up and just murder Yan. We're like, whoa, what's going on here? So like, we have situations where like you can have. Like I said earlier, you can have a specialization. In this case, it would be Sean O'Malley with striking, and as long as you are executing on it 110%, you can find a lot of success and make yourself into a not only title contender but a champion off of it. Yeah. But you really got to be on your P's and Q's for a lot of things. I think this one's going to be a lot more strike heavy, so I feel like it does favor Sean O'Malley. That's why I said like my worry is the reach on this one. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Song to me has been in more of a battle, in more battles, I feel like, than Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley, to me, more of his fights that I've seen have been one-sided, either on his or somebody else.
Yeah,
he's only been in one back and forth, and it was when he was with Peter Yan. I feel like that's the only time I've seen him struggle and be able to, like, kind of pull himself together and maintain. Extra. And even then, I don't know, man. I don't know who won that fight. I don't know who won that fight. So.
I'm not trying to let the Marab losses make me forget how ill Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of people are like kind of like forgetting because of how ill Marab was.
The build up and all those knockouts and the style he did him in.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's a striking matchup, he's gonna style on people.
I would love to see that sugar show back.
That's what I'm hoping happens. I'm not gonna lie to you. If he comes out to whatever he walked out in his last fight, whatever like Montana like thank you song that was, whatever's going on, I'm done. I need Lupe Fiasco superstar. I don't care if he doesn't. He doesn't have to do the pink hair or nothing like that no more. Like it's cool, but I need the energy and that like I'm him vibe from him because like I know that is who he genuinely is.
Yeah,
I know he said that he puts on like a character, but I know that that's what it is that he taps into to be able to go in there to be in that flow state. So like I need to see that, and that'll make me comfortable. If I don't see that, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Real accurate hands.
Who do you see loser face?
Loser?
Yeah,
that's tricky, man.
Because the prelim is Umar and Figgy, so that would be what title?
I don't know, man. Because I think Marab. This is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I think Marab can get a title shot.
Yeah.
I think that they would run that back.
I can see them doing it.
Here's my thing with it, right? And you really have to look at it as like a full story, right? Marab beat the shit out of Peter Yan.
Yeah.
And then Peter Yan beat the shit out of Marab.
Yeah.
Both of them got their ass whooped. That negative. You
need
saying
a trilogy.
It makes sense to do the trilogy.
Not many situations
so being recent though, it makes it different to argue it because of how recent Marab got that. You know what I'm saying? Like if he didn't recently get his ass whooped, like I think it would happen a lot easier. But
you can't dominate that division like the way Marab did and not get that other chance.
Right.
Well, okay, so Marab gets the rematch, even so, and Peter Yan wins or Marab wins. Who do you see Sean O'Malley or Yadong fighting if they lose? Not who if they win. If Yadong loses, who do you see?
I don't know because like
if O'Malley loses.
So here's my thing with Sean O'Malley. I feel like actually they both want to be in the same thing of like, bro, I think low key they start fighting down and like a decent
Me
amount
personally,
down.
I feel like the next fight would be Corey.
Yeah, That's what I was thinking.
Neither fought Corey.
I think Corey would go up against somebody that's actually more of a top 1, 2, 3. I feel like Corey has a better reasoning to be in rematch contention than either one of these two guys. That's why I think that if Sean or Song, whoever that loses, they fight way lower. They're fighting 7th or 8th. They're not fighting 5 and 6. If they lose, they're not. That's what I'm saying. If they lose, I don't think that they're gonna.
Or even if they win, do you see them fighting Corey?
If they win, I can see them fighting Corey because I feel like Corey,
win or loss, I would really
Corey
like to see O'Malley versus.
Even because we all had the expectation of how it was gonna go for Corey, so it's really weird how vibe plays a huge factor in this. With Corey, I feel like people had the expectation of what was going to happen to him against Merab. We were we just want to see if he can pull up some weird, funky shit that'll get him out of the situation. But nothing really manifested with that. But I think with him, he's still in a spot where, okay, we know that you have pretty much fought almost everybody, and you wanted to fight almost everybody, so that way when you became champion, everybody was a rematch because you've already went through all of them. So nobody can say that you weren't the undisputed champion or whatever it might be. So for him, with having that resume of people, the way he's won, and the fact that we expected him to kind of lose against Merab, I think he can fight one more time and get a title shot. That's why I'm saying he gets a little bit more respect on his name. I think that
But who?
Money-wise and value, I think that if Sean wins, it would be him versus Corey. If you were to match one, I don't know if Song gets a Corey fight.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if that's the case.
Because I'll
tell you this though:
if Song beats O'Malley, that projects Song, and that bring him up either with Umar or Corey. So that's that fight to make. You know what I mean? Technically.
Too.
Oh nah, man, I can't.
For real?
Especially not after that last.
It was just his fight against Merab was impressive to me.
Just ragdolled him around that octagon, man. It was
the way he their grappling was ill to watch.
It was a great performance back and forth, but you could clearly see who's.
Oh yeah, Merab is in a different league.
Levels and imagine that with the whole Dagestani wrestling. Umar
go to Georgia.
There,
So, person I forgot about, which is unfortunate, but he's there. I'm looking at it right now. So we got Peter Yan's champion, Merab at 1, Umar at 2, Sean at 3, Corey at 4, Song at 5, right? So you were asking, who's the loser going to fight? I think the loser, low-key, is going to fight a Mario Bautista or a Cheeto Vera that's sitting at an 8 or a 9. Like I said, they're fighting down.
Forgot about that.
Is Sean versus Cheeto, I think that might be a little different because, obviously he smoked him. So, I don't know if they necessarily do that one. And, again, Sean has a lot of weight on his name. Ayman Zahabi is sitting at a smooth 7. And he has been a quiet problem.
For sure.
A very quiet assassin on a crazy streak.
Totally forgot.
He, I feel can kind of jump his way into this whole title shot off of a bigger name win, and that's only one name that he has to fight. Doesn't matter who it is. So I feel he can throw himself in there. And other than that, I feel it really is going to be a couple of maybe recycled fights. If Umar wins, he's jumping in for that title shot. It's crazy though that Umar took this fight and especially because it's on a prelim. He's sitting at 2.
Right?
Yeah, he's sitting at 2, and Davidson's sitting at 6.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So he's risking it right now. He's really yo.
I gotta remind these dudes or saying
but
I gotta show.
Yeah.
Remind us you're a fucking crotch sniffer,
Yeah, bro. Hey, apparently that wins titles, bro. Let's not act like that don't win titles. Merab was showing it wins titles.
Maraba's doing it the right way, if anything. That's the way you got to do it, not how Umar's doing it. So
that's fair. I'm intrigued to see how that fight goes with him versus Davison. I wonder if Davison's power is going to be able to withstand the wrestling because the takedown defense is there, but the thing is that the creativity of the takedown on Umar's side is what is concerning.
Figueroa is really good
on the ground.
On the ground too.
He is.
So it's
oh man, Coach Khabib.
We'll find out.
Coach clearly hasn't been. He has already a loss on his record, or 2 losses on his record. Isn't doing too good now, or is he?
The memes that came out after that of him walking home after the fights and stuff like that was so funny to me because they were because he's the one of the only guys that brought Khabib a loss. He was bro, you're not with us no more. You're not in this team.
You got
this club no more.
It back.
You're walking back to Dagestan, dog. I don't know. You gotta swim. You swimming back. You gotta figure it out, bro. All right, I'm going with Song. I want to see Big China. I got Song Yadong. Plus, I also I'm not gonna lie. There seems like there's some buildup going into like a China card. So I want to see some winners going into there, not just some like, yo, we got Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate when they do that where it's like
Chinese
they
people.
go somewhere and they just throw people
Flood
just
the
because they're
people.
from there,
Yeah.
but they're not like exciting names. Like it's like cool.
But it makes me always wonder how big the UFC roster really is, because like for events like that, you just see how many people they just dump on the card, and it's like, well, I haven't seen you fight in how long.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that like you are mainly seeing the top 15 kind of getting recycled, and it's like you really have to kind of mess up for them to then be like, all right, you're gonna fight this unranked person. But also at the same time, for an unranked person, you kind of have to do a lot to get a ranked fight. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I see somebody on a prelims unranked fight 5 times usually before I see them fight a ranked person.
What they should start doing is pay-per-views should be, ranked guys.
Yeah.
And fight nights for the up-and-comers, Get their name out there.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you want to headline the fight nights with a ranked opponent fight, go ahead. But, for the most part, fight nights are for the up-and-comers. But, really establish it for the up-and-comers, get their name out there, get them in the rankings, you know what I mean? Because
with that being said, though, like having a real exciting no name on an early prelim or a prelim of a pay-per-view gets them the exposure as well, because you're like,
very true.
Who is this guy?
Very true, very true.
But I will say, like, you should go through like a fight night or 2 to get there.
You need
to earn that spot.
You
need to be knocking on the door at top 15.
Exactly. Because again, you go to those places and then you see all these people that you barely even see fight, and it's like, I want to see more of you, you know? Not just when we come to China or fucking France,
For sure. All right, so Song Yadong, who we got?
I'm taking O'Malley.
I'm gonna take O'Malley.
Sugar Show.
Boston.
I want to see him still there.
See what we got.
I don't want him to completely fall out of it.
No, listen, I don't either. And I also don't think like as crazy of a even he says it as crazy of a fall off as he has. I really still think that he has that kind of like energy to be able to still be in the top 5 regardless of a win or a loss. We'll just see if he's able to get it done. But I have high hopes for him, but I feel like Song he's been definitely he's been locked in, bro.
I was gonna say off what I've seen, he's definitely locked in. He definitely looks strong. Like, O'Malley always looks like
frail.
Frail,
I haven't looked at the embedded series. I like to wait till midweek so I can watch that because they're quick. So I just want to watch like 3 in a row or something like that. But I want to see if he's got the blonde hair. I feel like I want to see a villain blonde haired like Song Yadong.
The one that was today. So when you watch it, he was doing his hair today. I didn't see what color, but he's doing something to it.
Right,
so
if he pops up with the pink hair, trying to be all like, Sean O'Malley.
In that embedded as well. Yadong's practicing on grappling, so it's like, but he's looking.
He trains under Uriah
Yeah,
Faber, so it's
yeah,
like he's
very
gonna
true.
regardless.
He's gonna regardless, but he's looking very strong.
Well,
solid.
I'll tell you this: like we've seen.
So I do give you that. I'm
gonna throw a little something. I'm telling you, I'm gonna throw a little something in there. For me, like we've seen the blueprint of how to beat Sean O'Malley. So you're dumb if you don't do it. Like as much as we're like we want to see these exciting like striking matches, like we're all watching Muay Thai. There is something to the sweet science of being able to mix it all together. That's why we watch the sport.
Which
so, like,
makes me kind of mad in O'Malley's corner, because that brings me to like Conor. Even Conor, like. I don't want to say they're yes men, but like at the same time, I feel like they don't really go at what they really need to go at. Like we know O'Malley's striking's fucking amazing, phenomenal. Do the grappling, do the wrestling.
Which he always has to brag about him. If you notice, O'Malley always throws that. I have good grappling. I got pretty good grappling. He always throws that in, but it's like.
It's shit.
Where's that at?
Show us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Show
and
us
it's like,
something.
I'll tell you this though, like, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier about being like a specialist in a way. Like,
yeah.
It's. I understand like working on it and having it there, but I don't think you necessarily need to display it until you have to. That's the weird thing. Is like, for example, where this is going to be a nice little throw into the main event, like a Justin Gaethje, for example. The amount of times I've heard this man, and he has great wrestling. He's a great wrestler. I ain't never seen him wrestle once. Never, not once. I've seen him stop a takedown to then throw an uppercut, but I've never once seen him go for a takedown. So like, you can have it there for when you need it, for when you get put in a tough spot. Like Sean O'Malley at this point realizes, okay, the guy who beat me very badly is a very good wrestler, and the guy who just beat him is also a very good grappler. Now I got two people in front of me that are a problem with the one thing I got an issue with. I should probably work on that. That being said, that doesn't mean shy away from the striking because, like I said, like this one, he might run into a situation where like Song is like, all right, bet I'm gonna go for that takedown because I know that this is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna try to get him up against the cage, maybe take him down that way. We're gonna smother him, whatever it might be. Yada yada. Sean just really needs to just be like, I just need to stop him from doing that, get some space, go back to work. Yeah. Stop him, get some space, go back to work. Rinse and repeat. If he can at least just stop it, like that's the only thing he really needs to worry about. I would say definitely plan if you do get taken down to get back up and stuff like that, like train for that. Yeah. But for the most part, like he needs to focus more on like, as long as I don't go down, I am fine. Alex Pereira, for example, I feel like for the most part, that's what he practices. Like, I feel like he's just like, as long as I don't go down, they can't do nothing to me, bro. Mm-hmm. So, like, if he gets down, I'm sure he's probably practiced something, but I think for him in his mind, he's like, let's worry about never being in that spot.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
No. You never really
grappling at all.
You know, he's been put in some spots, but usually he's very good at like breaking away and then getting right back into the striking because he doesn't. That's not he doesn't want this to continue. There's no reason for me to be in the. Some people will take that moment to rest. There's not a need for me to be here if I know that I'm not going to have any sort of success.
Yeah, exactly.
Use your time wisely while you're in there. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett for the interim lightweight title. One that I never thought I would see happen. The two names that, like, if you had a board of the lightweights, I would not be like these two. But we're here. Yeah, Honestly, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Stand and bang. Well,
I don't think so.
Yeah, potentially.
So.
Potentially.
So this is one that's interesting where, like, everyone I feel like wants Paddy to kind of, like, feed into it and try to go towards that route to, like, ego boost and he's not.
I give Paddy that he's very strategic. He goes in there with a plan. He sticks to the plan. And honestly, every time he goes out there, especially the last couple fights, it's just mind blowing. Like just seeing him perform and really executing. It's like a Izzy, you know. Yeah. Like Izzy just breaks down his opponents, and I got to give it to Paddy for that. But
he got a fan of me for sure. I'm not gonna say he won me over because it didn't take convincing. I just didn't know who he was. Like he showed up and everyone's cheering, "Oh, Paddy the Baddy," and they got blonde wings on. I'm like, who is this guy? Yeah, I have no idea I don't know where he came from. I don't know.
Debut.
Yeah, like, I don't know what clout he brought over from Ireland or whatever. Like or not Ireland, the UK.
Like what, Cage Warriors?
Yeah, he was in Cage Warriors. I have Cage no idea. Champion. That like organization or any of that because he's been to like so many different countries and he's fought in all these different places, but like. No clue. That's over there. So he shows up and he's just this like big thing, and I'm like, all right, now you got to prove to me why. Now I'm not saying I'm not believing in this because clearly there's something to it. I'm a big believer of where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah. Like if there is a lot of hype on you, it's for a reason. If I didn't see it, well, whatever. I haven't seen it. Now let me see what you have going on. Yep. And so far, besides the Jared Gordon fight, I feel like he's pretty impressive. I'd say. I don't think he's trying to think if he's really had a moment where I've like been like, I don't know that necessarily. But
Gerald Green, cold. Yeah. Michael Chandler, cold. Tony Ferguson, cold.
Like, I feel like he's been pretty.
Granted, these guys were all I got it on their older side, but they're still
like you put them against somebody else and you'll see them kill that guy. So like
minus Tony.
Really...
That's the way you got to really look at it, which a lot of people don't, because you see the casuals talking about Look at it! Look at his last wins. He's got even
35 years old.
Armin was mad about it because they were talking about like, Tony beat Tony, Bobby Green, Michael Chandler, and people are, these guys are. But like you said, you take somebody from a new person from Cage Warriors or Bellator or whatever, and you put them in with these people, probably gonna lose. You know what I mean?
They're not gonna perform the same way. We've seen Bellator has just been getting slaughtered coming over here. Jesus Christ. Horrible. I think UFC on purpose, they're getting these guys just to do this. We did it again.
Just like, all right, so we're not going to use these guys.
Yeah, bro. Like,
they all just get killed.
They're putting them down one by one is what it feels like.
Mix.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we're gonna get to a point where like you're legally not allowed to say that name on this podcast. Like,
he's famous for that. For like,
it's so bad, bro.
Being trash.
I think that this one's gonna be a much more exciting fight that people expect, especially because Justin Gaethje is a highlight reel, man. That guy, he's not in boring fights.
I think he's really locked into this one too because he knows it. I don't win. I'm not. Going for it's fun fights after this.
It for him.
Yeah. He said, "I'm not getting a title shot. I'm done."
Yeah.
So he's getting his title shot, and I think if he loses, he's done. So like it is make or break right now.
Is he really gonna retire?
Oh,
I don't think so, but I mean,
I think
I wouldn't doubt it either.
If he wins this, say he wins this, this is gonna be the second time.
No, I'm saying if he loses.
If he loses this, I say he puts his gloves in the center of the octagon.
yeah.
If he wins this fight and he walks out with the interim belt, I say he goes out there. He probably loses to Poirier, and then he puts the gloves in the center of the octagon.
Yeah.
I think he's got this and one more in him.
Yeah.
Win or loss.
Yeah.
Really? You don't think he'll just ride it until it stops?
Nah.
I think he'll go until he just gets stopped.
As dumb as he may seem, I love Gaethje, but as like kind of slow and dumb as he may seem, I think he's smart, and I think he has a brain where he knows he's at that point.
I don't think he'll go too far
He's
out,
almost 40,
but like,
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
But I think if he loses, he'll maybe do a money fight and then
Something
end
like
that,
maybe.
you know. But
I just
or again, win title, defend it, or win it and then retire. But definitely one or two more after this, because
I can see it.
just to come from Paddy and then lose, I mean, that's
It's crazy for me for that division how many people are like, I got like 2 more and then I'm done. And
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
mean-
it's like 6 of the biggest names in that
But
division.
you think about it, then you look at the unranked guys coming up and stuff like that. It's like they're ready for it.
They are ready
you
for
know?
it.
So it's
approaching
like
the end of an
it's
era.
it's a good revamp coming. You know?
I mean, well, Dustin Poirier, we got him retiring last year. Ilia Topuria has been said that he's really only looking for like 2 or 3
I don't
more,
see
and then
him sticking around
he's
too much
done.
longer.
Michael Chandler, someone needs to tell him to stop.
Yeah.
Like I think, I'm sorry,
Seriously.
as much as we'll see you at the top. No, you won't.
Nah,
Yeah.
You know,
never
you-
seen nobody.
You really think Ilya though is a couple more and he's gone?
I think so. I'm gonna be honest. So here's my thing with a lot of these fighters. Like I think you can tell the ones that like clearly have a career path outside of here. And for me, Ilia Topuria, like this is a passion of his that he wants to check off the thing. But I think he has other things that he
But,
has in mind
like,
for himself.
he talks about leaving here and go to boxing. It's like, do you really think he's gonna be a boxer?
So
after
no,
this?
but that's the same idea. I see him going over to boxing, a handful of boxing fights, money, and then he's going on to
I
something
can
else.
see it.
Yeah.
He's just, I think he's a person that like, combat is something he's done for a long time in his life and his career ever since he was like a kid. So like this is where he's gonna make his like money.
Did he come to the UFC as a winner in another organization or anything like that?
Not like a champion or anything like that I know of. I
Like-
think he came like his roots were made really through
Me,
here.
it's more like, granted, he made a name for himself. He has that solidified, but it's just like, money wise, it's like, you really gonna walk away from all the potential big money fights?
Well, that's the thing.
know,
It's
that's
taking the money from this and pivoting it into something else. Because like
where it's gonna be longevity.
Yeah.
very true, but
Because
there's
also,
only
like,
so much you can pivot
you
away.
you got to remember also like you do get called back into certain things. So like for example, like John Jones hasn't really fought actively in the last couple of years, but when you look at the 1 or 2 or 3 fights that he has had, crazy big paychecks that cover the time that he hasn't been fighting.
Yeah.
So like for an Ilya, if he walks out and he's just murdered everybody of note, you're gonna want him back the next time you get another big name.
Hey,
Because
if
it's
he-
like
if he wins the next fight,
everyone's calling out Conor McGregor, and we've barely seen him fight. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you build that, like they're gonna want you to come back. Islam also is like, I only got a couple more, and then I'm done. Like he's reached the
but
status.
Islam's washed the
bro.
yeah.
But
pretty
you
much.
but that's the thing. If
Pretty
you
much.
if you if
So
you
that's a
really
little
look
different,
at
but-
Islam's resume, not really. He has big names on there, but it's really been like a list, a short
like his
run
big brother
of
Khabib.
like big names. Yeah, literally. Like they both did the same thing. Like they had an amazing record for sure. Like they were beating guys, but a lot of people that you didn't really know. And then they had a short stint of just big name after big name after big name, and you were like, yo, these guys are getting everybody. But like realistically speaking, it was the top 5.
Yeah.
It was big names, but it was 5 guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you have people that'll just stay around and they'll just fight the top 15 or something like that. But like,
Pantoja.
yeah, but like for them, I feel like you can, if you get the top 5 and you knock them all out and all the big names and all the legends and stuff like that, you ride off into the sunset. That is a level that you have just reached that someone is going to want to test that. And you have a window, obviously, of a couple of years where, like, you can still come back. And especially if he just pivots over into boxing, so he's still active in combat sports, he can come back. But I can see him being like, I'll step away for a little bit. I'll get mine. It'll be a
Honestly,
big name for me to pivot into something else, get an even bigger paycheck in something else, and then come back to keep
pissing me
my
off
name
about
going.
these fighters though. Like they wanna build up the resume. Like Ilya, for example, calling for the title. Give me the belt. I want the belt. Gets the belt. Now he wants 2 fights. Move up. Now I want 2 fights.
Play the game.
I get it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like
I think the thing that people forget.
it shakes up the division and holds it so much, and then not only that, it's like I don't know.
You got to remember, bro, at the end of the day, these guys are prize fighters. They just want the biggest prize. That's where I think that the issue lies. If they change the prize, it'll be better. But they realize the ones that are making insane money, double champs, the guys who are champs in multiple weight classes, so they want to copy that blueprint to get that paycheck. The idol of you made all the money in the world in this sport, Conor McGregor. I'm going to follow exactly what he did. I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to go for double champ. I'm going to say the line specifically like how he said. Ilya Taporia Loki got his back tattoo, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going,
and paste.
they're going through the rule book of how to get the money the way that like anybody else in any other sport would do.
Yeah.
Look at the way like even like bro, even in like music, bro. Like rappers will see rapper gets money, they get chain, they get cool car, me get chain, me get. You know? Like you're like, and then I will get the things that then come after that. Like you just follow the blueprint you see before you, whatever it is. Like you see the things that work in success. Like even in the cage, like, you'll see that like some big move starts popping off. Last year we dubbed it the year of the spinning elbow. I'm gonna start trying out the spinning elbow thing. It seems to work really well for people. Like you're just gonna copy and paste. So until they start flooding the sport with more money to get them to want to stay and have it be like each win you get per title defense, your contract will multiply by X amount. Like then they'll want to stay there because they know like it'll be I'll make my money if I just stay here and keep running this versus like I guess I can make a little bit of money on there, but then I got to restart my multiplier all over again. Like, there's something like that. Yeah, and I think if they get into that kind of contract, then like, maybe we'll figure something out. But even with that being said, like they're in this weird spot where like a lot of these big name guys that were under contracts with like pay-per-view points and stuff like that are waiting for contract renegotiations to figure out how they're going to get paid going forward. So like, I think we're still going to see a lot of it. I think we're still going to see a lot of short-term champions that are going to want to leave.
And that's another thing. It's like I think once you become a champ, minimum 2-3 times a year.
I would say minimum 3 times a year.
You know, and then if
depending on injuries,
obviously, and then
I say 2.
2 is a safe.
2 for the first year. After
2.
that, maybe vamp it up a little bit. If you can if you pass the 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Second year, maybe 3. You know.
I would say 2 is a good safe point if you have it in you to get a third one in there.
I say 2 just because of the amount of movement you need to do with the rest of which are the keys with the mic. 2 just because you gotta like move the division around enough in a year, give the other guys opportunities to spotlight them in other scenarios, so then you can build a big fight for that champion in the year to come or something like that. But I feel like that allows enough movement because like the beginning of the year, because you also have to remember, usually most of these guys like this is your title. You're gonna want a decent training camp. You're gonna want like 6 weeks or maybe even longer than that to prepare for whoever the killer is that's knocking on your door to be. So.
But like 6 weeks isn't really that long. It's a month.
No, it's not. It's a month. But you also got to remember it's also like recovery and stuff like that. Because I feel like depending on the type of the champion, the ones that I've seen so far, most title fights have been pretty good wars. And then there's the ones that are like the Hamzats. That's the one-offs where like the challenger just really walked through the champion.
But like in that case for Hamzat,
he should be fighting.
You know,
I should see Hamzat's name on a.
And then at that, it's like he just won the belt.
He's calling out Alex.
Yeah, it's like minimum before you're already thinking about moving up to another weight class, at least 3 fights or something. You know, like
I think that
something has to be implemented where all these jumps and all these holdups in the division can't happen so long because again you have great guys wasting 3-4 years of their lives just to try to make it to the top 5 because the top 5 all fought in the past of the first 3 months or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. I definitely think that they're gonna crack down on that a little bit more because Dana has outright said that he's like he doesn't like it. Yeah, he doesn't want people to do that. That's how even last year we saw that like the people that moved up had to give up their belts. Exactly. He's like, no, we're not holding up a whole other division because you want to be double champ or whatever. You give that up. We're going to keep this moving over here, and then you can go ahead and do whatever it is you want to do. But then we can keep the divisions flowing, and the fights will keep happening. Because I don't like where we have a situation like we have with Tom Aspinall, where even before the injury, the title picture for heavyweight was a mess for 2 years. Yeah. Like what is happening with
just
that?
Just to get to that fight.
Just to get to that. So, like, it's just a situation where, like, I would have rather give up the belt, forget that other person. They don't exist. This is the champion. Let's keep it pushing. Is it going to be weird that they're technically not the undisputed because they never actually beat that person for the title? Sure. Yeah. Like, even with this one, I feel weird for interim champions. I do. I think they should make them a silver belt.
I saw a silver belt.
I think it should be a because you gotta like market like, listen, I totally get you were next in line, but you technically did not beat the person that was holding that. Yeah. Now that being said, I think that like maybe it's silver, and then if you defend it against somebody that isn't like if the champion just isn't back and you have to defend that turns into gold. Yeah, because now that guy's just not here no more. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know what else you do with that.
I agree.
I got Paddy Pimblett. I know we just went on a whole rant, but I got Paddy Pimblett. I love Justin Gaethje. I really do. I think he is a human highlight reel. He is in some of the most exciting fights. I think this is going to be an exciting fight for him, but I just see Paddy just having more tools at his disposal.
I got Paddy too, but winner, Armin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, at some point, somebody gotta fight Armin.
Unless Ilya is done with his whole.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Situation he got over here.
But even then, Armin.
That was such a good performance he had on that
Dana
last
don't
fight.
like him, bro.
I know, but what can you can't deny him forever, you know?
Paddy.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
You really can, though, and that's the sad part about it.
Dana will have him fighting 14 next week, bro. Like, he really don't care, man.
No, I don't think Armin gets in the picture anytime soon. I take Paddy as well. I think he's going to sub Justin. I think early, maybe second round.
Early is, you know what? I'd be intrigued to see that. People forget, like, Paddy is a bigger dude than I think people are giving him credit. Like, you forget. I think
he can make 170.
I think he has the size on Justin.
For sure.
I think Justin has him on power, but I think that, like, Paddy low-key is the bigger guy. We'll see how this goes.
And I don't know what it is, but I can't picture Justin versus Topuria. I can't picture it.
Yeah, me either.
I feel like
it's like old and new.
Yeah, it's already destined for Paddy to eventually fight Topuria.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's just the branding and the marketing. Yeah, those two have been doing it against each other. All right. Yeah, we pretty much covered all the bases. Just one more last thing before we go. Actually, I guess you also have a thought. You go first, actually.
Just about the White House, since Connor's big on it and all that. Who do you think he would fight? Like, what's a draw to that?
Here's the thing.
Besides Michael.
I saw the poll today. Michael Chandler, Jorge Masvidal.
I've heard, I'm hearing Masvidal.
I've been hearing Masvidal. Masvidal said he's like, I'm down to come back. He's like, I will wipe the smirk off his face, stand up, no grappling.
I seen Dana come out and say that was foolish.
Yeah, so it was goofy.
Yeah, goofy. So no, that's definitely out the picture.
Here's my thing. No, it's not.
It's not. I would love to see it.
Do any of you at this table really put on skill any worth on Conor McGregor right now?
No. But would I like to see him and Jorge? No.
Not at all.
No.
But we're talking caliber of fight. I think that's who he fights.
Yeah.
Like
caliber,
we were talking about it like
it's like him versus Cowboy.
Yeah, like we were talking about like at this point we were like it gets to the point where like, all right, who can he fight and he can actually win? And we were looking at it, we're like, it's trash because his name is too high for him to fight all these people. But like realistically speaking, he's looking at 10 to 15. Yeah. Like he's not really looking like
Jorge too low. Just so completely out of shape.
Well, now
I don't see Jorge ever fighting again. Honestly, I didn't think he would after his last few matches.
So here's the thing: like you get told White House, like money, legend, all that status.
Sign me
you
up.
know what I'm saying? Well, like who's gonna say no to that?
Nah,
so
I agree.
For me, I see why he's doing it. I don't think he wants to make a comeback in terms of like I'm actually going for career.
Bag.
But for him, if he's gonna be like, I'll take this quick bag at the White House and be on my way.
Possibly get to beat up McGregor. I can
There's
see
nobody else there like an old vet Is this kind of just lingering around?
No, everyone's
top
everyone's
15
the
somewhere.
old vet is Michael Chandler.
This is when Dustin comes back.
Hey, you never know, but I don't want to see that either.
I think Dustin's also done, bro. But yeah,
It was someone random.
I think that
just to see
Connor will be
Connor's
put
name.
on there, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Connor's gonna get put on there to get absolutely killed by some big name because like
More than likely.
I really don't like. Give him one of the fighting nerds, man. Give him Mauricio Hufi. That could be a good one.
I would.
Like I don't know, man. Like maybe we get Karate Connor back or something, but he's getting spinning heel kicked into oblivion. I don't know. Like
Him and Thompson.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Him and Wonder Boy.
because he does want to fight at 170. So the low key that could be it. Maybe we broaden their search and we stop thinking of 155. We go to the 170 years or something like that.
Is he
But
even ready?
I don't know, man.
I
don't know.
Yo, that's just real close. Like time's about to fly.
Time's gonna fly.
That
It's
White
gonna
House
be-
card is
White
right
House
there.
card.
It's
we're
right
gonna-
around the corner.
We're gonna be back
You
here
would-
in suits for the White House
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
Kamaro and
I
Connor.
got you.
Oh, come on, who's been a Carter?
That could be it.
I mean,
That could be it.
it's weird, but I'm just.
Weird.
Kamara
That's
wants
something.
title shots,
But
though,
he doesn't-
He's not title shot
But
guy
that
right
red
now.
panty
Leon
night.
That's the
Edwards.
That red
position.
panty night at
That-
the White House.
That's the
All
position.
right, so we're going. Let's say
Leon
Connor
Edwards.
and Kamaru. Where on the card are you putting it? Third on the
No.
main card.
No, it'd either be co-main or main. No, co-main, co-main, because Alex is gonna be main.
Alex and John Jones, I feel
I'll
like
take
takes
it. Main, yeah.
president for sure.
Yeah,
So I feel like it could be
Want it,
co-main.
need it.
co-main,
Give
because
me
Connor would not allow it to
But then
be
you
anything
also, but
less.
then you got the Islams and the Ilias that are calling
They're not
out
gonna
to be on
they're
there.
not
So
gonna,
like,
they're not gonna fight on that card. I forget who I saw say something
It doesn't
about.
say no
I
Russian.
think it was Marab. Marab was talking about it. Yeah, they don't want any Russian fighters on the card. Yada yada yada. Because they would have done Jan versus Marab too, probably.
fair.
Which would have been a great fight for it, but no.
I want it strictly U.S. fucking.
It's gonna what. We're gonna have quite the year, boys.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm
Quite
excited
the
for it.
year, man.
All right, one quick question before we head out of here. Are you guys interested at all in Zuffa boxing?
Zuffa boxing.
Haven't heard enough about it to
True.
grab my interest. Will we dabble? We'll find out.
Yeah.
Combat's combat, so
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it a shot, but I don't know if just because the UFC has their hand in boxing, if I'm really gonna give it a little bit more love.
I'll give it a
we'll see,
shot,
you know?
but it literally has.
Hey
I
man,
wanna-
if,
A
it,
couple
if it throws
shots.
itself in the queue of the Paramount
Yeah.
Plus UFC,
yeah, you know,
You
in
know?
between
It's that
or
easy.
something.
Live,
accessible.
you
We'll
know.
find out.
Yeah,
But I do
maybe.
want to get close, like more into boxing in general.
Yeah, and at least with this one, this is like,
Just like-
up and coming guys that they're like these are gonna be like Dana White Contender Series esque like type of situation. So
But-
maybe I'll watch it more.
Only like if it's like that, and only if it's like structured somewhat like the UFC, because I feel like boxing is strictly
Over the place.
all over the place. Too many divisions, too many belts, and then too many cherry picking. Like they cherry pick their fights to make that status.
Yeah.
So it's like if a lot of that changes, it's a whole different ball game.
What is
You
it?
know,
Is it Fridays?
But we'll figure it out.
When
man.
are the boxing days?
You
That
know,
they,
we're gonna
I
really
think
have
it
to
is
see the
Fridays.
way it all
The low
folds
key, they're
into
gonna
it.
put it
but
on a Friday, and more people are gonna watch Zuffa boxing than they're gonna watch the PFL.
yeah.
I wouldn't doubt
It's
that.
gonna be crazy.
That I will not
It's
doubt.
gonna be
That I'll
crazy.
probably
It's gonna be
agree with.
crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it just to bury him. We brought it up. The amount of people. I think it was like the day of the last fight for ESPN Plus, like that deal. The day of that event. 250,000 people canceled,
Yeah.
and that's 250,000 people that are no longer even maybe gonna watch the PFL.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's a big hit. Like I really don't know what's the
gone.
future for that
That's
organization.
half their pay-per-view right there.
Do you
the
think that
views.
the UFC, like, I don't know if they're allowed to, because I don't know if you get into monopoly territory, but are they allowed to just buy the PFL and just?
I would
I
say
feel like
they
when you
are,
have enough
but
money,
UFC doesn't even want to put their name against
yeah,
it.
I don't think Dana wants
Yeah.
anything to do with
With the
other
fighters, with the
organizations.
staff, maybe not the
But
staff,
you
but
never
definitely
know,
not with the
you know?
fighters.
I
or
would
anything.
take a couple contracts.
I think it would be wicked
Dakota
cool.
Ditcheva, I'd take that contract.
I think it would be awesome if the UFC bought Bellator, because then it would be like kind of bringing back a bunch of vets at the same time.
I
but-
want nothing to do with vets. I want young,
I feel it,
unknown,
but, you know-
hungry. We
Right.
need fresh. I want somebody I
I know.
barely know from Turkmenistan that's gonna pull
That's
up
fair.
and just kill it.
That's fair.
Like I genuinely at this point, like that's what I enjoy more. I enjoy watching contender series or an
I'm
early
right
prelim
there with you.
with some random
The
person
hungry guys
that I'm
are
like,
the ones that you
I
want
just
to
saw them
watch.
do some crazy move that I haven't seen before, and I get to see them again in like maybe 5 weeks because they want to fight very soon again, and they're doing the same thing to somebody. And I'm like, all right, this person, and I build and I build and I build, and now I'm a fan of this person. I'm locked in. I got the socials.
Honestly, that's one of the main reasons I love contender series, and because you literally see from the no stardom to stardom.
Yeah,
you know?
listen, I have a lot of these guys that have been in the game for a long time that I'm a huge fan of. Like, listen, I'm a big fan of Charles Oliveira, but at the same time, I also understand that, like, he's almost out of here too. Like, there's just that whole grouping of that whole era of those. Like, they're out of here, bro. The 170 years that we all know, they're out of here. Izzy's fighting Joe Pfeiffer. They're out of here, bro.
Yeah, I know, right, bro? Right? Oh my God, I seen that. I'm like,
all due respect, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like
he looked good his last fight too.
Did Barboza retire
again?
No,
Edson Barboza for the 4th time, yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, for the 4th time, yes. No, it's a running joke because no bullshit. We saw him retire 3 times in 1 year.
Since like early 2000s.
He did the gloves in the ring, and then they gave him like a ceremonial retirement thing, and then he got to go to Brazil and put his gloves in the ring.
That's
again.
what it was.
And then he decided to come back, got another fight, and then retired. He didn't put his gloves in the ring because he was like, I already did that.
Yeah,
He just walked out.
Let
Like,
it go.
I'm done.
Don't
I'm not coming
retire.
back no
Can't
more.
let it go.
It's ridiculous.
Cause I'm like him too. I'm like, bro, I feel like he's always fighting and always, you know.
It's all love. It's all due respect. I just feel like I'm ready for a fresh start. It's 2026, new year, new Uneducated MMA. I need new matchups and new names. Like,
a new Connor.
Yeah, bro, like, I just, I'm sick and tired of like, because now we're getting into the thing like how you brought up like with boxing where everyone's just trying to look for the money and look for that, and now we're not getting the fights that we want made. Sick of it. Start over, wipe it fresh, get some new people in here. Start over.
New Marvel Universe.
New Marvel Universe. We're going Doomsday, Secret Wars, new UFC.
Let's go.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Uneducated MMA.
Yes, sir.
We'll check you guys next week or in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of fights coming up, so you're going to see us a lot. And I'm super excited for it. 324, then 325, then a whole slew of crazy fight nights. Let's go Paramount Plus. Let's see. Shout out to 806 The Show. Shout out to Vibe Entertainment. Where can we check out your music, bro? Because like I said at the beginning, you got a link, you got a SoundCloud, you got Spotify.
Local artists.
He's been. Listen, we're not even joking. This is not a joke. I'm not even joking. He literally was like, "Yo, like no bullshit. He is one of my favorite local artists." Right? Like, this is not a joke.
No, because like I've heard a lot of rappers come around here and like try it, and like everybody can rap, but like ain't nobody really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I really got that sound yet, you know?
All platforms, GTP Banks, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, IG, Facebook, all that. GTP Banks.
Hell yeah.
You can tune in. New stuff coming. 2026 about to be a fun year.
Hell yeah.
Got a whole lot of new stuff
Uneducated
coming,
MMA appearances.
You know? Everything. You know, uneducated MMA appearances, music.
Yeah, man.
All that. We're coming crazy this year.
Yeah, for sure. 2026.
All right, bro. Everybody, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Get ready for more Uneducated MMA content this year. It's going to be a great year. Anything else? No? Yes? All right, great. Bye, everybody. Peace. Play my music, DJ.